And you guessed it, a Jew.
You little bastard, you attacked my stepson?
You can act like a man!
You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded.
I don't think I smell like vagina.
God-awful bunch of malcontents. I hope you all kill each other. You a dishonest cunt!
Enough. I will hear no more of this Hebrew nonsense.
I'll fucking kill you, you fucking...
Wow!
A Methodist and the son of a bitch!
Is very obviously gay. I look at him and I'm like, well, you're gay.
That sounds like you're saying Jews.
Nobody's saying you can't own a gun. Nobody's even saying you can't carry a gun. All we're saying is you can't carry a gun in town.
Well, I can't understand none of it. This one begat that one, and that one begat this one, and begat, and lo and behold, someone says some shit to someone or another. Just how retarded are you?
In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. You can always count on me to pleasure myself. Welcome to the program. Lots of stuff to do today. I grabbed some veggie straws before the show, but I really didn't understand how little time I had, so I really only got half the bag of veggie straws, which is a goddamn Greek tragedy in its own right. This is one of those things you buy and you go, oh, well, this is healthy. I'm doing healthy things. You know, it's like when I ate that bowl of carrots today. That bowl of raw carrots, and I'm like, oh, man, what a good boy I am. I'm eating carrots that's healthy. Forget the ranch vegetable dip that I dipped them into. It was healthy. I was eating carrots. When you're just using dip, it's basically taking the vegetables that you're eating and making them a plate. It's an edible plate for you to eat the dip with, you fat fuck. Anyway, veggie straws are one of those things that, like, my dad would say, oh, it says veggies in it. It's an okay snack. They're chips, okay? They're chips. They're not the worst thing in the world. They're not going to immediately make me grow another chin, but they're not great. 130 calories in a bag. 12, don't make fun of the way I say bag. 12% of your daily sodium. See, Patrick Melton doesn't even know there's this side of food. He never gets to this part. It's weird. That's a cheap shot. That's a cheap shot. I'm killing him in views and new subscribers. He's probably going to be pissed off on Friday. I saw a clip where he was seething about, like, Aaron's not my enemy. I'm probably his. I'm not. Bro, come on. Come on. You're so obsessive. You're so obsessive and creepy and stalkery. I had to get a court to go, hey, dude, seriously, you got to stop talking about fucking his kids. And you got to stop following him places. It's weird. No. You don't have any enemies at all. But again, like, look, if he was getting 500,000 views in a couple of weeks, I would probably be just as salty as he is. But that's the nice thing about these veggie straws. They're not salty at all. In fact, they have 30% less fat and sodium than the leading potato chip. I don't know. My Lost Interest says, so thorough Joe Burrow steel toe clip drops at the start of the show. I think, yeah, so thorough Joe Burrow's another one that I kind of harmed. I offended him. I affronted him. Oof. I mean, imagine never meeting someone and just going, I have to have this obsession. And because I have the most, I have unhealthy parts of my brain, it's kind of charming to me to know that I have that effect on people. But thank you so much. I know Yummers is here. We'll say goodbye to Yummers soon because he can't help himself. But Yummers can't stay away either. And he copes for his daddy very well. But they're only here because they know. Hey, I saw something during the intro of today's show. I apologize for the opening. That was very self-indulgent. But if I don't give these people anything, they starve. They literally starve if I don't give them anything. So I feel almost responsible, like it's another child. So, Taste Fairy says, oh, we got pedo defenders in the chat. Oh, and Yummers deleted one of his comments. Come on, Yummers. Come on, buddy. See, I don't like this. I thought we would make jokes at each other's expense and go back and forth. You guys get so sensitive right away. No, it's no fun. All right, I got this guy named Comic Cookie. I have no idea if he's any good. I have no idea if this is going to be funny or not. I literally saw Comic Cookie during on the intro video, and I thought, I got to see this. He's a guy who 7 hours ago put up a wrestling podcast, a 7-minute wrestling clip talking about his opinions on Saturday night, WWE Saturday night's main event. And honestly, dude, I saw the thumbnail and I went, I have to see. I have to see. I mean, I don't have any faith that it's like great or anything like that, but I saw this and I went, I got to give the guy a shot. Because when you find shit like this, if you're a hack, you're just mean and you're just nasty and shitty because you have no talent and you're bitter. But when you see people like this, I root for them. I'm like, I'm going to check this out, and I hope this guy is fantastic. I mean, look at him. He's got like little Mickey Mouse figurines and dolls up here. I hope this guy is like passionate and intelligent and knows his wrestling. I did not plan to do this tonight, but this is Comic Cookie, and he wants to tell us about Saturday night's main event. I hope he comes out of this thing like a fucking pisser. Let's go.
Welcome to Wrestling Talk. This is Comic Cookie 73, and today we're going to be talking.
I gotta tell you, I like this guy way better when he's doing Kino Casino. He's way better.
Oh, buddy!
I'm willing to give PPP a shot as a solo act, and pro wrestling. That's a niche genre. It's brave. So let's see what Ashton has for us
about my opinions of the Saturday night main event show. Honestly, this is probably one of the best we've seen.
Wow. Wow.
The first match wasn't even a match. I'm not going to lie, it started bad.
Oh, well, yeah.
They advertised a match and they didn't deliver with it.
Oh, I'd be mad.
Going to be Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. That match didn't happen.
Why?
Because they were attacking each other when the referee could just rung the bell like they usually do.
I know, don't you guys hate it when the guys start wrestling before the bell and then they don't even have a match, and it's like all the referee has to do is ring the bell and start the match, and we could do. This guy's right.
Attack each other and are in the ring. They usually ring the bell. That's all they do. But
right.
This time they had to get security guards out and the whole shebang. And the security guards were as useless.
Yeah, as they are.
Were as useless as ever. Like they
well, we're not all metaphor kings. It happens. I get tripped up. I screw up all the time. Get back up on that horse, my man. I got to get branding. I got to give this guy my branding so he can say in between each match, PayPal, Streamlabs, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Get him one of those Crusader outfits. Why not? See, this is just a guy who loves WWE. He can't contain himself about his love of WWE and pro wrestling. I get it. I watched Raw yesterday. I got caught up. And he just wants to talk to people about it. He wants to tell people about what he thought about Saturday night's main event. He's fine. His name's Comic Cookie. Go give him a couple of views. Go give him a couple. No, don't. No. Guys, leave. Forget I said anything. Leave him alone. All right? He's fun. He's good. There's nothing wrong with Comic Cookie. I'm going to open up that video to make sure nobody fucks with Comic Cookie. Hold on. I fucked up. I shouldn't have said anything. Comic Cookie is fine. You're never going to find this video anyway. It'll be fine. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, are you sure you don't have an adult kid? That he looks nothing like me. Hold on. Get Comic Cookie full screen here. Hold on.
The stairs. Like that.
Comic Cookie and I look. Hold on. I'm way too dashing. I'm way too pretty to be this man. We're not. No. Just totally different facial features. I went to the gym today. I played basketball. I lifted. I hit the sauna. I was an active guy. Came home, ate like a fucking pig. I mean, look, we got to get that under control. We really do.
If you're going to make security guards, at least make them do security guard things.
That's what I say.
Useless.
Although it's kind of funny to watch pro wrestling and like there's these big 6'6", 300-pound, muscle-bound freaks. And then you've got these like 5'9" security guys. All right, let's break it up. All right, guys, that's enough. Like, okay, they're going to punch that guy. They're going to kick that guy. They're going to throw that guy over the top row. I see what this is. $2 from No Pen 15 Fathead. He said, what the fuck happened to wrestling otaku? You know what I liked about otaku is you didn't feel bad if you made fun of him because he was just always such an asshole to people. Like, he was so mean and so shitty to people that you were like, I feel bad. I'm making fun of this fat wrestling fan, And then he'd be like, and they're all fucking women are all cunts and stupid bitches. And you're like, okay, I guess I don't feel as bad. But Comic Cookie is cool. I am putting out the order right now. Nobody go to Comic Cookie. You can go to Comic Cookie. I shouldn't say that. You can go to Comic Cookie, but you leave him a thumbs up and a positive comment. Like right now, I'm going to say, great video, Cookie. I agree. Saturday night's main event was one of the best events they've had in a while. There we go. Keep making reviews. There we go. Encourage the guy. There's none of that online. So everybody go and encourage Comic Cookie. Tell him what a great job he's doing, what a good guy he is. Honest to God, every time I hit refresh, I just hope the view count stays the same. If you're going to do anything, just be nice. That's all. Eric Hartman says he does fucking look like you. No, he doesn't. We don't look like each other at all. Saint Caesar says you should have a chins match. That doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't. That's not even a type of match. You dick. Fine. You know what? We're watching more Comic Cookie since you did that. Go ahead, buddy.
The conga line following them up the stairs.
Yeah.
Like that. If you're going to
have some veggie
security
straws.
Guards, at least make them do security guard things. These guys were useless.
Yeah, like pepper spray a hippie protester. I get it.
If they were real life security guards, they would have been fired. Like, they were just following Cody and Jacob up the stairs instead of trying to separate them. And I hate when instead of doing this, grab them. Like, make it make sense. But then Drew McIntyre came out of nowhere.
Oh, as he does. Sneaky Scottish fuck.
Got in the ring, said nothing, and then I was really upset. I was yelling. I was like, I was like, the referee should
Get in there, you stupid Oh, sorry. Cookie, come on. God damn it, Cookie. Can't watch wrestling with you in public anymore if you're going to keep shouting stuff like that at Jacob Fatu. He's Samoan. He's not even black. God.
Jews be Jewing. Niggas be nigga-ing.
I was so upset with the security guard that I called them all a bunch of packies. Cookie.
Started the match.
I hear you, buddy.
I was yelling.
Yeah.
A little bit.
That's the thing. You get into pro wrestling and you suspend your disbelief. That's how you know it's good.
Not a little bit, but quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was stupid. I was like, they promised a match and they didn't deliver a bit.
I hate that too.
They didn't deliver it. One bit at all.
At all. They just had a fight and the security guard was shit.
Kind of kicks up with.
I hope Cookie becomes a very successful consultant for security firms. And he teaches them here's how we do effective security. Here's how you do ineffective security. Do you see how Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes are fighting each other up the ramp? And look, the security's not even grabbing them. You guys got to grab people and restrain them at that point. Do not do what the security for Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes did. This is bad, you guys. Now, this guy's name is Alex Pretty. Here's how you secure a subject. Cookie, come on, man. They're all dirty fucking rat-faced communists, and they're organized over on the Signal app, and you got to take them down. Cookie, this is getting eerily fascistic.
The women tag team title match.
Oh.
It wasn't the best match out there.
Oh, well. They rarely are.
If I were rating the shows,
why would you?
If I was rating Saturday Night Main Event, this would probably get a 5.
Yeah.
But it was
out of 10 or 5?
Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan's my sweetheart. I love Liv Morgan.
Back and forth for a little bit. I like that kind of stuff. And
I love Liv Morgan. Thank you, Cookie. I appreciate it. Go leave him a nice comment. Comic Cookie 73, the king of WWE. That's his name. He has 384 subscribers. Let's get him to 400 subscribers by the end of the night. And then let's leave very nice comments and likes and share his video. Be nice. My Lost Interest says the look, the hot takes. He's gold, Jerry. Gold. I agree. Trying to find someone to replace me for when I want to stop doing the toe someday. I think Comic Cookie might have it. All right, he's up to 6 views. Let's go. No Pen 15 Fathead with $2 says, damn, Aaron, did your dad have an affair? We look nothing alike. $5 from Red Fox Mad. Thank you, buddy. He says they have a Facebook page. Play Edie and Mitchell tonight. I love them. Play like a song, like you want me to use it for the rally music tonight? I can do that. I mean, if you got a rally song. Mikey Two Milk says, just got here. We watching Aaron's baby videos? We're not watching Aaron's baby videos. Oh, look at this. People saying this should be an F8 segment. That means best of. Wow, thanks, guys. Roxy Girl says, Cookie is good banter. Yeah, he's just doing some banter. He just wants to talk pro wrestling, wants to talk a little shop, old Cookie. We got some more reviews for Cookie. 7. All right, 2 comments. Scouse Ghost. Hey, buddy, congratulations on finding your brother Aaron. God damn it. Go say nice things to Cookie that don't involve calling me one of his direct relatives. Mikey says Alt F4 segment. All right, hold on. Alt F4 meaning. I don't know what Alt F is. A Windows keyboard shortcut used to immediately close the active application or window. You fuck. All right. Rexdart Parody account says, I offered him the evening co-host spot on your behalf. I'd have him on. Hulkamasha Baby says, if those 6 aren't ironic viewers, I've lost all faith in the human race. Why? By the way, is it weird that I find Rhea Ripley like oddly attractive? Because like she's big and she's like 5'8" and muscular and shit. And she's also got facial like it's not something I typically go for. But I'm like, I almost think she's hot because I'm scared of her a little bit. Like I like Liv Morgan. I like the Stephanie Vaquer. We're talking looks wise here. Stephanie Vaquer, Liv Morgan. But like Rhea Ripley, I'm like, I know I shouldn't, but I do. It's like she's black or something. I don't know. Rexstart says your dad Jim Cornette is into Rhea. Papa Shab says she's got a nice core. Huh? I don't know. Does Rhea Ripley have a nice core? I'm never going to escape that goddamn nice core comment. Like, yeah, that just usually isn't me. But it's just like, maybe there's something about the fact that she could rip my kidneys out that I respect it. I don't know. I need your guidance on this one. No, dude, she looks like a troon. Taste Fairy says Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez is good too. But I've said it before. I'll say it again. Liv Morgan's my favorite. I'm a Liv Morgan kind of guy. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, you're Arnold. He's Danny DeVito. Tag team name. Oh, yeah, we got to come up with a tag team name for me and Cookie. Cookie Toe. Sometimes you can combine the names. Sometimes you just can't. I don't think Cookie Toe really works. Okay. Oh, Great Indoors with Ed and Michelle. They've got new video. All right. Well, if you guys want to do some Ed and Michelle tonight, we can do that too. Look, we have a successful night. We have a good night. I'll give you some Ed and Michelle. Why not? As a little something extra. All right, you guys are in the double. All right, 12 views for Cookie. Now, we want to get Cookie to 400 subscribers. He's at 386. Keep going to Cookie. The Gun Show said, hey, Steel Toe wanted us to meet his family. Great review, buddy. Them damn security guards suck. Do you like potatoes? Good. Yeah, tell Cookie that you agree with his take on the security guards. This is good. I'm glad that you guys are being nice to... Oh, fuck, that got me. Oh, no, that one's real. That's the tag team name. Who got it? Who do you guys think got me? Who do you think broke me? The name suggested in the chat. I'll tell you in a second. I know Rumble's a little bit behind. It was too good. Chin Towers isn't bad, Aboliticious. I don't mind Chin Towers, but I think historically white going with the Chin Cities that's pretty good. Chin Cities is solid. Trucker 18 Wheeler with $1 says Cookie what? Oh, did you get here late? You don't know about Comic Cookie, the king of WWE, talking Saturday night's main event?
The line, following them up the stairs.
Yeah.
Like that. If you're going to make security guards, at least make them do security guard things. These guys were useless.
Right.
If they were real life security guards, they would have been fired. Like, they were just following Cody and Jacob up the stairs instead of trying to separate them. And I hate when the
total bullshit.
And then I was really upset. I was yelling. I was like, the referee should have just started.
All right, we got to go back to where we were.
Then the show kind of kicks up with the women tag team title match. It wasn't the best match out there.
We did this.
You know, I like that kind of stuff.
Oh, wait, butt stuff? Hold on.
Ripley and Io Sky versus Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. They went back and forth for a little bit. You know, I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
who doesn't?
Ultimately, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley retained, which I liked.
Who doesn't? I mean, Io, come on.
And I saw nothing wrong with. And
Io Sky's adorable. Io Sky legit is like an adorable professional. She's very good at professional wrestling, but she's also just like, I don't know what it is that makes me look at Japanese people like they're aliens. I don't look, that sounded bad. That's not, I don't mean it like, I mean it like I see them as like a, okay, look, aliens works. What I'm trying to say is like, there's no way I can say this without being disrespectful. I find Japanese people small and adorable and completely non-threatening. And yeah, that's, you know what? That's probably racist.
I think this truly elevated the show. It started off to a good start. Can't complain much.
See, this is just a good review because, you know, if it was me or somebody like who does a show like me, they would feel they needed to pepper it in with edgy, you know, spicy comments. So you're like, yeah, those twats sure did make me feel better about those jack shit fucking security guards. Like, this is just like, I like this. It was good. It was solid.
And you know that's rare of me to say not complain too much.
Right. We know our comic cookie.
Match. The next match.
He moves on quick. He goes quick.
Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles.
I'm rooting for the American over the Jet. Well, you get the idea.
Actually, I really liked this match. There was a lot of cool moments in it.
Sure.
And my overall opinion of this match is it was really good. It was really good. I just wish that, Shinsuke didn't spoil that AJ Styles was retiring at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Shinsuke, you dick. Well, you can't trust him, Cookie. They're sneaky. That's what happens. You get a guy like Shinsuke, gonna sneak around when you're not looking, attack you blind. Son of a bitch, right? We're just glad that the Yank won, right, my man? Attaboy. So that's my guy, Comic Cookie, and what we're gonna do tonight is we're going to get him up to 400 subscribers. So I'm going to put the link in the chat one more time, and you guys are going to go say your hellos and your thank yous and your niceties to Comic Cookie. There it is. The link is in both chats. Go subscribe to him. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, sweet triple chin music. Finishing move, sweet triple chin music. That's our... So we're the Chin Cities... And our finishing move is the sweet triple chin music. Thank you. Redbird with $5 says, he's you if you had made slightly better life choices. A Comic Cookie is superior to me, for sure. Fauci's Pangolin with $1 says, the Dough Warriors. Dough Warriors is kind of good. Instead of the Bushwhackers, the Buffet Whackers. Bulk Hogan, that's more of a solo act. We need a tag team name. Double Stuffed Cookies, that's bullying, body shaming. I don't go for that kind of thing. Bappa Shab says the Brothers of Dysfunction. Look at him. He's going up in views. Are we going up in 392? We're 8 away. 8 memberships away. Play the music for Cookie. Let's get him to 400 memberships. Subscribers, play his music. Come on, let's get Cookie 400. Let's take a look. 392. Let's hit refresh again.
Like they were.
Shut up, Cookie. 393. 7 subscribers away from getting Cookie to 15 views. Oh no, what new comments did you leave? Your pappy is Aaron Imholt. That's good. Hey, buddy, your brother Aaron from Steel Toe told me to come here and call you an artard. I don't know why he would ever say that, but I disagree with him 100%. Delete that comment, Cookie. All right, 393 subscribers for Comic Cookie. 6 away. 6 subscribers away from 400 for the Comic Cookie, the one and only Comic Cookie, Generation Double XL, you sons of bitches. Oh, I'm on the wrong video. There we go. All right. You guys got him into the couple dozen views. Good work. Click the link that I put in the chat. 395. We're 5 away. 5 subscribers away from 400. There's the link in the chat again. Click it. Go get it. 395. Same amount of comments, thank God. Redbird with $5 says, this beached elephant seal has only reinforced my opinion of wrestling and wrestling fans. Ah, come on. He's awesome. Do you guys want to know about Jakeem Stute, the WWE action figure? All right, refresh on Cookie. Where's he at? 401 for Cookie! Yes! All right. You guys, you know what? If we get home tonight and it's a perfect week for the evening shows, I'm contacting Cookie and we're going to get him on the show. That's my oath to you, is that we get Cookie on this show if we get home tonight. We interview him about whether or not he wants to be in a WWE tag team called the Chin Cities. Papa Shop says, how about the Steak and Shake connection? That's not bad. St. Caesar says, Aaron, who do you have winning both Rumbles? All right, here's what I've got. Women's Royal Rumble, Liv Morgan. Men's Royal Rumble, Braun Breaker. Those are my picks. All right, so we got him over 400 views. That kicks ass. That makes me very happy to start tonight's show. Thank you for the contributions. We are 89 memberships away from 600. We're almost back. After all that lag during the Christmas and New Year's period, we are almost back to 600 memberships on Rumble. So keep that going. My Lost Interest says all tonight's donos go to Cookie. Look, if we get home, I will invite Cookie on the show and I will pay him. And we will confirm that we are not related. And we will take all of your questions for Comic Cookie. Hey, did you guys see that we're all going to die again of another pandemic? Either this one's just going to go away or they've got major plans for this one to kill us all too. Of course, it started in a place where they wash themselves in rivers of shit water. Yes, India, very good. India has a new virus called the Nipah virus. And the Nipah virus is lethal. They say, it's so much more deadly than COVID, so that means slightly deadlier than the flu. But India now says they've contained it. Some countries are ramping up their health screenings. India says, don't worry, this isn't going to be another COVID. We're good. Authorities said they had contained a Nipah virus outbreak after confirming 2 cases in the eastern state of West Bengal, as several Asian countries tightened health screenings and airport surveillance for travelers during arriving from India. India's health ministry said Tuesday that 2 Nipah cases had been detected since December and that all identified contacts have been quarantined and tested. The ministry did not release details about the patients, but said 196 contacts had been traced and all tested negative. Do you remember, it feels like it never happened at this point, but do you remember during COVID when, I don't know if you ever got this, but I got COVID over the 4th of July weekend. And this was a Minnesota thing, so maybe it didn't happen where you live, but in Minnesota, when you got COVID, when you tested positive, the doctor would give that information to the Department of Health, and the Department of Health would call you on the phone, and they would ask you who you've been in contact with, what bars you were at, what restaurants you might have been at. They do this whole really invasive thing. And after a while, I stopped answering their questions. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable saying that because I didn't want to get bars and restaurants were already struggling as it was. And I didn't want to get any in trouble. We literally had 2 bars that were sponsors of this show after we'd left radio that went out of business because of this shit. So I'm like, I'm not getting any bars in trouble. Forget that. But they would call people and they would contact trace you. And now with this Nipah virus, they're doing the same thing. However, it looks like it's under control in India. Just forgive me for being a little shell-shocked from 2020. Nipah, a zoonotic virus, first identified during a 1990s outbreak in Malaysia, spreads through fruit bats, pigs, and human-to-human contact. There is no vaccine for the virus, which can cause raging fevers, convulsions, and vomiting. Ooh, I bet you I'd lose some weight. The only treatment is supportive care to control complications and keep patients comfortable. There's a fatality rate of 40 to 75%, making it far deadlier than the coronavirus. Here's the deal, though. Deadly or not deadly, because of how draconian we were during COVID, I hope whoever's in office when one of these happens again, no matter how deadly the virus is, they just go full based and go, everybody run out and do whatever the fuck you want. I'll see you in hell, brothers. That's what I hope we have. President Kash Patel will go,
rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
But yeah, the Nipah virus is what we get every time we talk to Benjamin Netanyahu. But the Nipah virus, you know what we should do? For the health and safety of the American people, cancel H-1B visas. Yeah. Oh, my God. You can't have H-1B visas just flying all over the place willy-nilly with these lethal viruses out there. I mean, you got to listen to the science on this deal. People saying my Nipah in the chat. My Lost Interest gifting a membership to Youngling Slayer. Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much. Trucker 18 Wheeler with $1 says they asked me if I was at church and what church it was. Yeah, they were brazen, like they were shameless with how invasive they were with the, what do they call that? With the contact tracing. It's terrible. And then eventually, by the second time I had COVID, they weren't doing it. They weren't doing that anymore. And then I got it the third time towards the end. Or I only have it twice. Might have only had it twice. But they only did the contact tracing for the one. Papa Shab says it's the Clippa virus. No, it's not, guys. Nipah. Say it with me. Nipah virus. And really enunciate that P.
Jews be Jewing. Niggas be nigga-ing.
Nipah. Well, it is winter time. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. That was a membership, so I got to update the count. 88. 88 memberships away from 600. Thank you. Kipcast says, you said kippa. Yeah, the hat thing. Whoopsie daisy. What am I? No, not the knicker virus. Power window. Again, Nipah virus. Eric Cartman says, Nipper virus makes you play basketball better. It's not. No, first of all, you didn't say. Whatever you were trying to say, you said that wrong. And second of all, I feel like you all heard me. I feel like you guys are being purposely obtuse. It's just a sneaking suspicion that I have. All right, it's wintertime, boys and girls, and it's way too cold here in Minnesota for it to snow. So thank God we don't have, I mean, it may be too cold to keep your nipples at, sea level. They're out and your balls are sucked in real nice and tight when you go outside and, everything's frozen. But at least it's not snowing, right? So we get a little break from shoveling, from snow blowing, things like that. In New York, they're not so lucky. But thank God, you guys. And I'm sure you guys are going to love this and you're not going to think it's cringy at all. Thank God they've got leaders in New York. Like Governor Kathy Hochul. A real tough guy who can show you how to shovel your driveway. Now, as a Minnesotan who's been shoveling either my driveway or my parents' driveway for well over 20 years now, I am going to warn you that this is the most pussy bitch snow shoveling tutorial I've ever seen. For those of you who have never had to shovel snow in your life, disregard all of this as any kind of show shoveling. Let me tell you how you shovel snow. What you do is you go to Wilmer. No. What you do is you get your shovel. You have your driveway. It's full. 3-4 inches of snow. You can tell by sticking your dick in the ground and putting it in twice. And you go, oh my God, that's a ton of snow. And it might be wet, heavy snow. And you just dig in, you get as much on your shovel as you can, and you pick it up and you feel like you're going to fucking die and you throw it into the yard. And you just do that over and over and you feel like you're going to fucking die. But finally, at some point, it all ends. That's my advice. Kathy Hochul is a pussy.
Pro tips on shoveling from someone from Buffalo who knows. Just push it out of the way, okay? See what I'm doing here?
Push it.
No strain on the back from doing that. Now, when it gets a lot heavier, you're going to have to do a little bit more, but don't lift much. Just do it in smaller bits, okay? Little bits. You can do this. Don't do a big pile and fill this up because that can lead to a heart attack. You don't want that.
Maybe have a stronger heart. What do you want, these old people to be out in the snow all fucking day, freezing to death? You just take little bits, and just push the snow. Now, load that fucking snow up with as much more snow than it should. You should almost hear the son of a bitch cracking, and then just throw it as far as you can. And I totally did not fart as I made that throwing motion like that. I totally did not shit myself as I was making a kind of. That didn't happen, and you would have never heard it anyway. That is I watched that and I was like, God, this is just the absolute most pussy tutorial I've ever seen on shoveling snow. Oh, you could get a heart attack if you shovel snow that way. I have never seen anyone. There is nobody who's gotten a heart attack shoveling snow who wasn't going to get a heart attack driving to work the next day. All right? They call it heart attack snow, the wet, heavy stuff. I've been lifting that shit my whole life. It's It's kind of nice. Like the heart attack snow is kind of nice because it keeps you warmer when you're out there. And also, it doesn't flutter around in the wind. It sits nice. You know, you get that really powdery snow and it's windy out and you throw it and it blows back at you and you look like a retard. Get that wet, heavy snow, you grab it, you throw it. You can take your coat off because you're just sweating up a storm, probably because you're about to have a fucking heart attack. And you get that shit out of the way one shovelful at a time. Or you stop being a lazy poor and you get yourself a snowblower. Now, don't worry, I also am a lazy poor. But like watching her sit there and go, oh, just take these little itty bits. Just take these. Don't listen. Look, add that to the list of things you should not be listening to Kathy Hochul about. Shoveling snow, running a state, taxes and spending, handling a pandemic. Like, don't listen to her on any of it. My Lost Interest says, snow removal advice, buy yourself a flamethrower and a Speedo. Those guys using the flamethrowers to clear their driveway, it does look like a lot of fun. It does look like fun. 09 Canyon says, I hated shoveling snow. I just keep going until I puked, then rest for a while. I've always been able to handle shoveling snow. It's never been the hardest part for me with the shoveling snow has always been getting started. Starting sucks. Actually doing it is kind of like the fun, competitive part. Rabbi Smoothie, good to see you, Rabbi. He says, or you have a heated driveway. Well, goddamn. I got an audience full of people with heated driveways. When do you say we get home for the rest of the week, man? Huh? I'm like Larry Miller and Nutty Professor. Do you have your checkbook on you? Which pocket? No, let me figure it out. Eric Cartman said, rock salt, then it's gone in 10 minutes. Oh, where do you live? A fucking tropical climate? Rock salt in Minnesota? Bitch, it ain't getting above 0, let alone getting to like 15 or 20 or whatever you need to activate that shit. Oh, whatever Tahiti village you fucking live in, that shit don't fly around here. You could have, you know what you'd have if you laid rock salt down 2 weeks ago in Minnesota? You'd have a bunch of rock salt sitting underneath snow right now because it ain't going anywhere. Kraken Slappin' says competitive snow shoveling. I don't think I'm good enough to be competitive. I don't think I'm a competitive snow shoveler, but I'm consistent. You know, I'd make a good sixth man in basketball. Trampling at the Zoo says shoveling snow is fun when you do it from a bobcat with coffee and a pen. He didn't get to finish his chat. He said penis in your mouth. That's what Trampling at the Zoo meant to say. Taste Fairy says doing the end of the driveway is the worst, especially after the plows come through. Oh, if you guys don't know about this, there's got to be videos on this. Here's something that's very organically Midwestern. Here in Minnesota and in other cold, snowy states, you'll have the snow that falls on your driveway, right? And you're like, okay, I'll scoop that up. No big deal. Couple, 2-3 inches of snow. Not a big deal. The plows come by and they take all of the snow from the street and pile it up and pack it up right at the end of your driveway. So not only do you have this big mountain of snow at the end of your driveway, but it's condensed, it's packed in, it's heavy, it's stuck. That's the part that you should start with because that's everything else is going to be super easy after that. Shoveling the end of my driveway. Oh, look, it's Comic Cookie. Of course not. No, see, this is what happens. If you're not in the Midwest, you don't know anything about this. But this is the real deal. Oh, that guy's really nice. He didn't put it in front of the driveway. He's fucking fired. Don't clear your driveway until the plow comes through. Yeah, here you go. Here's one. So here comes the plow. I mean, there's nothing you can do but go, sorry, buddy. I got to do it to you. Look at that. Boom. Oh, that guy's feeling so good. He's like, oh, my driveway's almost done. I'm going to work in a couple of hours. Oh, go fuck your mother. Are you kidding? And that shit is heavy, bro. That is heavy. Oh, so they have a thing.
Snowplow has a special feature that prevents snow piles in front of driveways. It lowers an extra plow to clear the entrance, then lifts it to push remaining snow aside, saving residents.
Wait, why is the city of St. Cloud having these city council meetings where they go, oh, should we make another thing that says we'll suck Somali dicks? Fuck that. Who cares? Treat people however you want. Try to be nice. But how about we have a motion to buy one of these fuckers? The big snow plows with the thing that comes down by your driveway. What the hell? Redbird with $1 says Aaron likes heart attack snow because he doesn't have to feel as guilty for pigging out on junk food after because he worked up a sweat. What are you, my fucking mother? Do you know me? I mean, I got to stop using that as an example. I've always said that. I'm like, I go to the gym like 3 times a week. And it really is like just to keep this shitty 220 to 225 pound build. Because you'll go to the gym and you'll be like, all right, time to eat like a fucking pig. Time to put 2 waffles. I had some leftover waffles from this weekend. And I got home from the gym and I put 2 of those waffles right in the, like nice homemade waffles. They're so good. I just threw them in the toaster a little bit, put them in there for 3.5 minutes, toast them up real nice, put some butter on there, put some syrup on there, devoured those things within 5 minutes. Everything I'd done at the gym, gone, shot in the ass, couple of waffles deep. That's it. Sling Blade. Mm-hmm. Oh, can we get...
Just how retarded are you?
There we go. Sling Blade says they would just knock down all the mailboxes with that fancy blade. That's actually a really good point. It does present itself a lot of other problems. Good point. Hey, let's get Sling Blade a membership, huh? What do you say? Steven52MS says, I'm not hating, but how do you go to the gym 3 times a week and you have no muscle tone? Because I work out like a girl and I do mostly cardio. Like, okay, sparring is heavy cardio. Full court basketball games are heavy cardio. And then I'll do like some rows. I'll do some bench presses and I'll do some leg presses. And I'll do like 3 sets of each of those of 15. 3 sets of 15 reps. And I'll go, oh, that's lifting for the day. I think we're good here. I work out like a bitch and I do lots of cardio. I sweat a lot and then I sweat a lot and I go, oh, wow, look at me. I'm figuring it out. I'm accomplishing it. Mick Buster says Aaron goes to the gym but does not go in. The Dunkin' Donuts is right next door. Papa Shop says Aaron works out like a gay dude. Can gay dudes box out like I do? I guess you're gay, box out. Come on. That's blue humor. Knock it off. All right, guys. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, etc. Get your coin in and let's have ourselves a great show. So what we named today's episode after was the Ilhan Omar incident. Now, we saw this this morning. We didn't have a lot of details. Some guy came up, sprayed some kind of liquid on Ilhan Omar. She went to, like, girl punch him in the face. It was really awkward. And then that was it. And everybody said that, oh, this is all bullshit. This is fake. Now, I don't know if it's fake or not. I don't have any reason to believe that it's fake, other than none of us like Ilhan Omar and we want it to be fake. It looks like it might have been some dickhead who doesn't like her. And, you know, there's all this stuff about fraud and Somalis and then all this hate on Ilhan Omar for, hey, how'd you make $30 million since you've been in Congress? And the winery thing. And she's generally obnoxious and unlikable. So there's all of that. I can believe that some dickhead troll sat up at front at one of her press conferences, shot her with a little apple cider vinegar, and left. I don't know. Like, people are going, oh, it's probably staged. It's probably faked. And look, I understand, like, there have been, like, staged events at stuff like this. But my question would have to be why? Like, what's the benefit of staging something like this? I really don't see the upside for Ilhan Omar. If you can come up with something for me, I'm all ears. I think it would be really funny if it was all staged. But I think this one might be legit. Turns out it was apple cider vinegar. I don't know. I'm not. All I know is it's got health benefits. I don't really know what apple cider vinegar is going to do to Ilhan Omar if you dump a little on her. So I don't know what this guy was hoping to accomplish. He seems like kind of a tard. Seems like kind of a dopey guy. There's pictures of him have come out. He looks like kind of just a general dipshit. But I don't really understand why she would fake this. Trampling at the Zoo says, Omar has been defrauding the United States her whole time here. Why would she fake it? Because there's no money in it. Every time she's done something that's fucky or questionable or fraudulent, there's been money in it. And I did see that she did release a press release thing where she goes, she was fundraising off of this. And people are like, oh, look, she's already raising money based on the apple cider vinegar attack. But it's like, that's what all Congress people do. Like the second Charlie Kirk got killed, there were Republican congressmen who were writing up fundraising letters and they were using Charlie Kirk's name in it the day of. So, yeah, I mean, that's like congressmen especially, they have to run every 2 years. Most of their job is raising money. So that part doesn't really sell me on it either. Diamonds in Henna gifting a couple memberships on YouTube. Thank you very much, YouTube. Hey, guys, YouTube is beating Rumble 2-1 in gifted memberships tonight. Redbird with $5 says no effort to wipe off, get checked by EMTs, or change contaminated clothing, and talking for 20 minutes after, complete bullshit. Again, I'm not saying I'm not open to the idea. I'm just saying how does she stand to benefit from it? Again, like what does Ilhan Omar gain and win by some retards putting apple cider vinegar? And why would her team go, oh, it was apple cider vinegar, instead of like, oh, it was acid and she stayed up there and made this speech and how brave? Like, it kind of sucks. Kind of a shit. If you're going to fake a story, go big. I don't think this one was fake. I Lost Interest says, I got to say, I think she handled it like a boss. She did go up and try to beat the shit out of the guy. She was, ironically, oddly Andrew Jackson-ish about it, which is funny because Andrew Jackson would for sure hate her guts and not even want her here. But she went up and like tried to punch the guy and they moved her back. I don't know. I hate this thing like in American politics now where because you don't like the person or because you're a different party than they are, you can't admit that something was what it was, so you have to, like, cope about it. Like, oh, it's Ilhan Omar. It's probably fake. No, it's probably real. It was probably a gay thing. But, like, they're trying to make a big deal out of it. Kraken, see, like, even the audience kind of knows that I'm right on this one. 09 Canyon says, because it still gets her sympathy, but... Kraken Slappin says, she sucks, that's why. I think that's the most honest answer. Aaron, she sucks and we hate her. That's why we think it's fake. MSO says, I wonder if it was organic. See, now that would be funny. It's not a fake story and it was organic apple cider vinegar. Everything's consistent now. Redman says, defend her 40 million, Libto. I can't stand Ilhan Omar. I think she's arrogant. I think she's Somalia first. I think she's ripped people off. I think she probably married her brother, at least on paper, to get to help with legality status. No, I don't like Ilhan Omar at all. In fact, I hate living in such a low IQ country that when you go, yeah, I don't think she faked that apple cider vinegar thing. I just think it was a big nothing burger. People are like, oh, so now you're some kind of lib and you love Ilhan Omar? It's just like, no. If I call everything fake, why should anyone believe when something is fake and I call it out as fake? You know, like all this controversy over Minnesota to cover up for fraud and the fact that we haven't released the Epstein files. Youngling Slayer with $2. Thank you, pal. He says it looks fake. Also, I saw the pics and damn, Bam Margera let himself go. What do you mean? Bam Margera is like the healthiest he's been in years. He's off drugs. Bam Margera, 2026. He's sober. Although there are those people like they get sober and they just like the drugs were somehow like holding in all their youth. And as soon as they got off of them, now they look like complete shit. I know a guy. I think he looks better now than he did a while back. I mean, he looks healthy. He looks like Oz a little bit. Bam kind of looks like Oz. At this point, they're probably close in age. I got to disagree with you there, champ. I don't think Bam looks bad at all. In fact, good for Bam. Thank you to Redbird for the $1. He says, you can't think of a reason for a hated politician from a community that's becoming hated to try and get sympathy points by staging an attack and going, see, you all have to tone down the Somali hate. I would believe it if they said it was something other than apple cider vinegar. Like, you guys are just being so small-brained about it. Like, oh, it had to be fake. Then why go apple cider vinegar? Why not go like, oh, they sprayed liquid methamphetamine on her or something like make it something like acid on her and, and then make her like shut down the event and, oh my God, we got to panic. We got to find out what this is. Like, come on. $10 from Sergeant Hulka says at the end of The Wizard of Mogadishu, they threw apple cider vinegar on a Somali witch and she melted. See, I wasn't aware of that one. Thank you, Sergeant Hulka. I have to say, I hope I'm not cursing myself here. For one of the first times, and our YouTube views have been going way, way up, YouTube is actually kicking Rumble, Venmo, and PayPal's ass in contributions. Unbelievable. 263 of you checking out the toe right now. We appreciate that. I will say we have been well up over 300 every night this week for the evening shows. I appreciate that. I thank you guys for that. Hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe, and let's keep going on that trend. Those IRL protest streams have really helped our viewership. No doubt about it. So we have a little more Ilhan Omar news to get to. Now, this is the Ilhan Omar story where I think there's some fuckery afoot. Have you heard about the Ilhan Omar winery? This is really interesting. She had to disclose her financials on this winery she supposedly owns. But now she's deleted the winery from her website. Now, my theory on this is that a lot of these politicians, they make millions of dollars on insider trading and crooked deals and corruption. And it's Republicans, it's Democrats, it's all of them. They go in there to get rich. And I think a lot of them have front companies, kind of like drug dealers, other criminals. And I think they funnel a lot of those gains through those companies. So Ilhan Omar had a winery, and she had to disclose the financials of that winery. And then all of a sudden, poof, the winery disappears from all existence on her website.
Another major asset she listed in her financial disclosure is this winery. What does a Somali know about wineryism?
Whoa. Bro, I thought I was going to get to enjoy a couple of veggie straws. I didn't know this guy was going to make with the racism 7 seconds in. Holy shit. Give me a second. I'm really sorry, guys. I haven't even come up with anything racist to say. This guy beat me to it. And he's like a news anchor in a suit. I almost choked on these damn things. Maybe don't shove the whole thing in your mouth at once, you fat fuck. Well, that's a good point, too. Fair enough. God, you're smart. But this guy jumps in. I don't expect to hear that from a news anchor. Like when I see a guy, you never saw Tom Brokaw on the evening goes, good morning, good evening, everyone. And coming up, skinnies in Somalia can't shoot for shit. Like that. Now tonight in the news, the Jews are at it again. Just nowadays. Tonight, the Rodney King riots continues. Those nogs don't know what the fuck they're doing. Well, they're rioting in Los Angeles tonight, but then again, what do blacks know about law and order? The fuck? Issues in Koreatown tonight in New York City. Apparently, none of them know how to fucking drive. So this guy just gets on there with his suit and his news anchor desk, and he just goes, Somalis, what the fuck do they know about wine? Am I right? A bunch of skinnies. Oh, God, Bill's drinking again.
Another major asset she listed in her financial disclosure is this winery. What does a Somali know about wineryism?
That's not even a funny joke. That, as a guy who does racial humor, that's just mean. That's just a racist. That's not even like, ha, did you hear that quip? If you told that to a racist, you're like, hey, did you hear that quip that I had on the news tonight? Like, oh, was it funny? Oh, yeah, it was hilarious. It was a really good joke. I said, what do Somalis know about wine? Oh, what do you mean? Where's the joke? Well, I mean, Cletus, the joke is well, no, I mean, that just seems like a really racially insensitive comment that you made. I mean, it doesn't really seem to have a traditional set-up punchline construction. You just said something really demeaning about an entire race of people. By God, man, I think you should go on the news tomorrow, apologize.
Okay, that was in 2023. That was worth, according to Ilhan Omar's own financial disclosure form, between $15,000 and $50,000. But on her financial affidavit from a year later, that same winery was listed at a value of between $1 and $5 million. Just
holy shit. Well, yeah, there we go. We figured out the winery issue. And by the way, yes, you can see my girlfriend is a co-owner, SP, right there. SP is on the note, so to speak. Hey, a year later, it was worth $1 to $5 million. Well, yeah, where the fuck do you think she puts her ill-gotten congressional gains? She puts it into her winery. And, like, you can look at it, you can go, oh, she's full of shit. She's stashing money in there. Sure, but what can you prove? I'm sure every single dollar went right through the company's financials. Oh, we just sold a bottle for 20 grand here, 10 grand here. What are they going to do? Call you a liar?
I mean, just real quick. Why does a Muslim own an alcohol company? I thought that wasn't a thing in Islam.
This guy really is fucking hammering away on the... Well, she learned from the Jews. Just because she doesn't do something doesn't mean she can't sell it to goys. I mean, did you know that Jews can't lend each other money at interest? Don't really stick to that one outside the religion, do we? So, yeah, she, I don't know. If you ask me, this is about the most white American thing she's ever done.
Anyway, it gets weirder. Up until yesterday, Benny Johnson was able to find their supposed inventory bottles and all the things.
Wow. I imagine that. Totally not closeted homosexual Benny Johnson was super psyched to go explore a winery. Really beating the allegations there, Benny boy.
They had their office location and a bunch of other information on the business. But as of today...
Oh, my God, this one. Oh, when I put it to my lips, it tastes like my asshole. Oh, that's because that's the one I was sitting on earlier. Benny, I told you to stop shoving wine bottles up your ass. It's not good.
Those sites are totally shut down.
What?
And any mention of their website has been wiped off the internet. I'm talking gone. The Wayback Machine, all these other crafty little archive sites, everything is gone. Like, deleted the root service. I called my computer buddy, Jim. He couldn't even find it with some fancy AR jargon bot machine for recovery.
This guy's insane. He's like, Bill, are you making me look up another black person's business website again? No. Yeah, but she's Somali this time and she owns a winery. What do Somalis know about wine? That's what I said, and everyone's calling me a bigot. I thought Muslims weren't allowed to drink wine.
I don't even know, he was explaining it to me. He couldn't even find it, which is weird that a company that boasted an award-winning wine, the, quote, double gold winner in 2022 San Fran Chronicle competition, with a corporate value of up to $5 million, would just vanish into thin air? They didn't sell it? Is it possible for this to be a functioning business and have absolutely no footprint, wiped from the internet, go from 1,000 what net?
Hold on. I'm going to find this fucking place. I'm going to find this E. St. Croix Wines. I don't trust this guy. He seems a little... E. St. Croix Wines, Santa Rosa, California. First thing, right there on Instagram. Look. There it is. When's this post from? January 13th, 2023. Okay, that's not good. Let's go back a little further. Here's E. St. Croix Wines on Facebook. Let's take a look. All right, only 196 followers. That's a January 13th, 2023. That's weird. That's the same as the Instagram one. Well, here we go. Here's Wine Enthusiast, E. St. Croix Wines. There. Staring at the sun, Grenache. I'm like a Somali. I don't know shit about wines. Issue date, May 1st, 2023. Fuck. Here we go. Wine business. This is from last June. Representative Ilhan Omar's husband accused of swindling investors in their California winery. Oops. Tim Walz and his business partner Will Haler denied defrauding the investor, while another company they started owes $1.2 million to cannabis growers in South Dakota. I'm starting to think this couple might be the power couple of bullshit. In fall 2021, D.C. area restaurant owner Naheem Mode was presented with an unbelievable investment opportunity. Two political operatives turned venture capitalists would triple Modi's money in just 18 months if he invested $300,000 in their new California winery. The pair had been paid in grapes by a former client. Paid in grapes? Hey, thanks for helping me with that political campaign, man. Hey, no problem. You owe us about 15 grand. Do you guys, are grapes all right? What? Yeah, you can start a winery or eat them. I don't give a fuck. What am I going to do with $15,000 worth of grapes? Isn't your wife Somali? Yeah, they probably know wine. They know khat. The pair had been paid in grapes by a former client and hired a well-respected Sonoma winemaker to turn those grapes into profit. The Prophet Muhammad. They promised if they didn't pay Modi the full 900 grand on time, they would tack on 10% monthly interest on any outstanding balance. That sounds like a great deal. Unless you plan on shutting it down and never paying the poor fucker. The offer might have seemed suspicious if not for the person making it. Tim Walz, a well-connected political consultant and husband to Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. I mean, if you can't trust a well-connected political insider or his Congresswoman wife, I mean, who the hell can you trust? Walz came right. I mean, I want to feel bad for this Modi guy, but dude, Walz came recommended by Modi's attorney, Faisal Gill. Why do they all have super villain names? A former Democratic operative himself who knew Walz from his days working on Keith Ellison's congressional campaigns. Well, my God, we just can't stop finding super trustworthy people in this story. Walz and Gill had been friends since. Omar endorsed Gill in his unsuccessful bid for L.A. County Attorney, and Gill donated $1,000 to Omar's campaign in 2021. I trusted Tim, Gill said in an interview. If it was not for Tim, the deal would have never happened. But 18 months came and went without Modi receiving the 200% return he was promised from the winery E. St. Croix. Walz and Haler only returned Modi's 300 grand about a month late, according to a lawsuit Gill filed on behalf of Modi in California last fall, seeking at least $780,000. The complaint, which has not been previously reported, claims the pair fraudulently misrepresented that E. St. Croix LLC was a legitimate company. Wait a minute. So did they never sell any wine? E. St. Croix LLC, like many wineries, is living invoice to invoice, sale to sale to stay afloat, given the economic conditions of the industry. This was during the pandemic. Haler wrote in response to a list of questions. The winery's struggling finances represent a significant change in fortune for Walz and Haler since Omar announced she would no longer use their firm, E Street Group, on her campaigns after paying them $3 million in the 2020 election. Oh, my God. So, in case you don't understand what's going on here, Ilhan Omar was taking $3 million of donor money and she was giving it to her husband's political consultation company. So you can't take political contributions and just put them in your pocket. That is highly illegal. You will go to prison. But if you take that $3 million and you spend it on political consultants and then your husband pays himself from that business, that $3 million is legit. So Ilhan Omar is no shit using her congressional seat to do money laundering. I mean, it's clear as day. I know. I've watched Better Call Saul. I've watched Breaking Bad. I know what money laundering looks like. This is money laundering. How much money did she raise? Here, Omar congressional campaign, what we say, money raised. because this all should be public data. Followthemoney.org has run 3 races for public office, winning 3 of them. The candidate has raised a total of $7 million, $6,995,782. How much do you want to bet that she has all of that in her pocket? Her and her husband. Well, I mean, she's worth $30 million. So she's taking those campaign funds. She's paying her husband's company, and they're bringing the money out on the other side clean as a whistle. Because let me tell you something about Ilhan Omar's district. She doesn't need to advertise. She doesn't need to spend money campaigning. It is a solid blue district. As long as she stays the Democratic representative, she's fine. So this is just all disgusting money laundering out in the open. And by the way, I don't want to single her out like she's the only one doing it, but she lives in my state. We're not even trying to catch these people. I mean, this is wide out in the open. This is kind of like what Black Lives Matter did. Patrice Cullors, you remember her? Patrice Cullors took in like $7 million, and she paid her ex-boyfriend or ex-husband's security consulting firm millions of dollars and then bought a house. Now, she bought the house. She didn't even launder it first and get it back to her. Patrice Cullors just took the money from Black Lives Matter, bought the house, and said, oh, no, it's going to be a house for black people who don't feel safe. It's in a gated community, and she never lets anybody in. It's just this shit happens all over the place, and they don't even, it's almost like it's really not illegal. People are like, oh, why aren't these people in jail? Because it's not illegal. Those are our laws. As long as you funnel it through some other company. I mean, you don't think that these Congress people are just the smartest money people in the world, and that's why they're getting wealthy. They're doing shit that if you and I did it, we'd be in prison. And you know what sucks? All we had to do was Google. So it's not like people can't find this shit out. It's easily look-upable, as it were. And people just go, no, I voted for her. She's fine. And then the problem is you sound crazy. You'll go to these people and you have papers in your hand. Anytime you have papers in your hand, you look nuts. And you go, no, fucking look at it. Look, Ilhan Omar, look at that. She gave $3 million to her husband's company at least one time that we found out about. And she gave that $3 million to him, and then he puts that in his pocket because he doesn't need it for political consulting work. It's his fucking wife. And then they just keep the money. And they'll go, geez, you sound like a crazy right-winger. I am, but I'm still right. Unfortunately, that's what I have to do to people. I'm like, the connection between the United States and Israel and our foreign policy, look at how much money it's cost us, how many wars we've gone to on their behalf. And they're like, you just don't like Israelis. 1,000% true, but that doesn't make me wrong. You're just against Israel existing. I mean, got me, but I'm still in the right here. I mean, look, Lance Bass was my least favorite member of NSYNC, but that doesn't mean I was wrong when I said he was a Mo. Of course, I went to that example. My Lost Interest says the couple also owns equity shares in Steel Toe Media. When I made the company, we valued it at $10,000, and I have to say, overpriced. Anyone want to buy shares in Steel Toe? 20% gets you 20% of profits. What do you say? What if somebody took me up on that? What if somebody did go, all right, I'll give you $2,000 and you got to give me 20% of every dollar in profit you make? I mean, oh, fuck. Actually, I'd probably do that. I'd take on a partner. Why not? I don't use any of the overage. Like when we run profits, I buy equipment and shit, or I buy screens, or I buy lights, and I buy, I mean, it's last year was the first year we turned a profit in like 3 years because, me and some former employees had some issues, but, but I got away from all that. Thank God. We made some money last year and I bought a shitload of supplies for the company. That was about it. Now, if I took on somebody as a partner, let's say like this Ilhan Omar, okay, this is a good example. Because we're dealing with smaller numbers. We're not dealing with $300,000, $900,000. Somebody comes in, gives me $2,000 and says, okay, Aaron, I own 20% of Steel Toe Media. And let's say at the end of quarter one, we've put up $3,000 in profits. That means after we pay me, after we pay Johnny, Oz, after we pay our subscription fees, all this other shit we do, we got $3,000 extra at the end of the quarter. Well, I would have to pay that guy at least $600, depending on what our agreement was. Now, for this other guy that the Omars had, he was promised $900,000 in 2 years, and he didn't get a fucking penny. He barely got his money back after he took them to court. $2 from No Pen 15 Fathead said, and you still think she didn't fake the attack? I don't know. I still don't think she faked the attack. You're saying she could have done it to get away from the winery story? I don't know. Then why didn't she do it this summer? Because that's when the winery story came out. I don't think anybody gives a shit about the winery story, unfortunately. Chef Maddock with $1 says, is Aaron allergic to veggie straws? He's looking pretty red. I'm just kind of fired up about this story. And I'm glad I am, because everyone in the chat is agreeing. They're like, that's really fucked up. How is that even legal? T. Duden says, Aaron's face is awfully red. The heart attack is almost here. I don't feel like my face is really red. Just shouting a lot. T. Duden also says, I'll bet $50 Aaron has a heart attack in the next 2 years. You drop $50 on the toe right now, I will give you $200 if I have a heart attack in the next 2 years. I will give you all 4-1 odds right now. My blood pressure is beautiful. My heart rate is fantastic. Cholesterol, not even a fucking issue. On paper, healthy as a horse. Just erase that 2 and put a 1 in there. Or aces. Baba Shab says, not buying property, LOL. Yeah, maybe look into a studio, huh? But why a studio? I can just come downstairs. They're saying I'm red. I'm not red. I don't know if this is an issue on your part. I look fantastic. Sam Show's saying that I paid Johnny for no... Papa Shop says his co-host is useless. Sam Show says he pays him for no reason. Just can't. Somehow you gotta sneak poor Johnny into everything. What did he do to deserve your ire this time? Hey, Walter with $15 on Venmo says, does this work? I've got good news, everybody. Venmo works. Now let's see if PayPal works tonight. Let's see if PayPal's working tonight. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Thank you, Walter, for the 15. We're doing okay tonight. Let's make it move. We're doing all right. Is this the new makeup for the show? Alyssa Clips put up a clip that says Legal Mindset is having a tough time. What? Since when? I thought Legal Mindset was killing it. I thought he was like the top dog of all that. I'll be honest with you. I think all that legal lawyer stream shit is gay as fuck and boring. I never understood. I think it's for like fat wine moms who want to watch true crime shit. I've never understood why it's a thing. Like trial streaming and stuff. I'm like, fucking boring. Somebody do something. I think that's mostly for chicks. I think that's a female demographic. But I thought Legal Mindset was like the king of that shit. What does she mean? Legal Mindset is having a tough time. I thought he was like getting all these deals and these contracts and shit. What did he?
It's hard to come back. It's really hard to come back. I'm going to fucking cry here, because when you're super depressed, it's hard to do this. It's hard to do this shit,
What the fuck?
And I love you guys. It's really good.
I just want to reiterate, while this man's being emotional and expressing his love for his audience, I want to take this time to say to my audience, I really fucking hate most of you. There's a couple that I really like. A couple of you are really fantastic. You're real ace personalities. Some of you, I mean, honestly, what do you bring into the table? But what the fuck is he crying about?
Good to be back.
What happened
It's
to
really
him?
good to be back.
Did somebody die?
So thank you guys. Appreciate that. Oh, fuck.
Johnny keeps up with some of this shit. He never told me about this. What happened? The last I stopped checking on these motherfuckers. You can't leave them alone for a second. Last time I saw what this guy was doing, he was, who's the fucking annoying guy? The Somali fuck? Johnny Somali. He was killing it with that Johnny Somali shit and like raking in money hand over fist and shitloads of viewers. Is he dying? Does he have, if he has cancer, that's really sad. Or if he's sick or he lost somebody, that sucks, man. And your heart goes out to him. But I feel like I'm jumping in halfway through a movie.
You guys made me cry. Fuck.
Oh, no. Was Mersh sending him super chats? God damn it. Every fucking time Mersh decides to start sending $2 super chats, somebody starts crying. God damn it. Fucking South Florida Catman strikes again.
Okay. Appreciate you guys. I got to lock in. I love you guys. All right. Sorry.
This is the speech I'm going to make if I fight Harrington at Skankfest. If I win the fight, I'm going to be sobbing like a little girl. Yeah, see this guy, even a fan of Legal Mindset goes, what's going on? What did I miss? Because like I have a couple theories. If somebody died, I'm going to feel like shit for telling you my other theory. Or if he's got cancer or something like that, I'm going to feel like shit telling you what my theory is. Most lawyers are dorks. Most lawyers are complete bookworm, nerd, fucking creeps. And if they get a little bit of success and a little bit of money, they jump right into the drugs. Like, it is not uncommon for lawyers to go off the deep end with that shit. Like I was talking to one of my lawyers and we were talking about like, getting busted for cocaine and shit. They were like, yeah, you wouldn't believe how common that is amongst lawyers, the cocaine use. Not necessarily getting busted and like your kid testing positive, but like just the drug problems amongst lawyers. Because these are dorks who have never had like any kind of cool their entire life, most of them. They're bookworms, they're nerds, and then they get a little bit of money and a little bit of a stroke, and they go off the fucking deep end. So I hope it's not that. I also don't hope. I was going to say I hope somebody's sick or dying, but I don't hope that either. I hope it's something very trivial, like maybe he's a big Rams fan.
It's been really difficult for me to come back sometimes and do content. So I appreciate coming back. I really do.
What happened?
It means a lot to me. It really does.
Do you want to take a break, buddy?
It really does. Because, content creation really fucking sucks sometimes. It really fucking sucks.
What?
And sometimes
try being me. Nobody's watching and you're begging for money. Like, you'll be fine, buddy. I have fun doing this. Believe it or not, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I am so goddamn excited. I was excited to come down here tonight and do this show. I'm really pumped for the show. In the morning, I'm doing a show for like 710 people at a time. In the evening, I'm doing a show for about 300 people at a time. And I'm fucking pumped to do it. I can't stand these guys with big audiences going, content creation is so hard. Dude, bricklaying is hard, I'm sure. I've never done it. Coal mining is really hard. Coal burning is probably even more painful. People with don't cry in front of people with real jobs. All right? It's really condescending because if you fail at this, if I fail at this, we go do the kind of shit that they do. So you're being kind of a dick by going, content creation is really hard. You look at a microphone and you talk into the fucking thing.
you feel like you're not going to be able to come back, and it's really difficult.
What happened?
It's super difficult. So I appreciate that.
Again, I'm taking all of this back if he has cancer or he lost a family member or something like that. I take all of this back if that's the case. But if he's just saying that, oh, McGurd, I'm making all this content and getting comments and this and that is really difficult. Motherfucker, get off of Reddit, get off of Discord, stop huffing your own farts, reading your own comments, and this goes for everybody. Do your fucking shit and bounce. Go live your life. Again, fucking lawyers, man. They're all nerdy, they're all dorky, and then they get a little bit of attention and just cannot fucking handle it. Except Sean, who's a goddamn daisy.
I do.
Sean went off the deep end with sweets. Ah. It's for Naked Twister, you son of a bitch.
I really fucking do. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys. And look at me. People are going to make fun of me, be like, look, Legal Mindset fucking crying on stream. I don't give a shit.
Okay. All right.
It's difficult.
Okay.
You know?
Why? Why is
and
it?
It's real. And that's why I have sympathy for people, you know? Because
this sounds like a Scarlett Hampton rant. This sounds medicated. Like, and I know I'm probably paranoid because in a short amount of time, I saw a lot of people who were like super fucked up and hooked on drugs. So like maybe I hear hoofs and I think zebras. I get that, but this seems over. And also from a guy who was very reserved and kind of nerdy and dorky, and that was his whole gimmick. I'm just the guy giving you the facts. This seems uncharacteristically emotional. I
go through this shit too, you know? I go through this shit too. And, you know, there's a time in which you don't want to stream and you feel you have to fucking stream. And
it's the easiest fucking gig in the world. I've been doing it since I was 19. I've been doing some form of broadcasting. You either love it or you don't. And if you don't, get fucked. I love doing this shit. And this guy, what's he crying about? Try being 120 away from the goal, cocksucker. Oh, I can't take content creators, online people, streaming people seriously. I have one issue with what I do. I have one issue, and it's when I don't do a good enough show to make a bunch of cash. And compared to these other people who go, hitting go live and clipping videos is hard, though. Oh, Christ.
I'm glad that I want to stream. And like,
doesn't sound like you want to.
Stream with you guys right now is making me want to stream more.
Okay.
You know? It's
right.
helping me stream more.
Okay. We all believe you. That's... And I have a relative. I'm related to John Adams, and we have nice cows here, and the cows are nice. And I know that sometimes that there's going to be freedom, and we have First Amendment. And when the First Amendment is here, we know that our speech is good and streaming is fine, and Trump knows what we're doing. All right, okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
You know, so I appreciate everybody helping me out here.
So that was it, huh? Oh, speak of the devil, there she is on a clip. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, no. Did Brennan have her on again?
Vienna words, and I was.
Oh, no. She's banned. She's banned from this. No way. Are we going to. Oh, Kevin. Oh, Kevin. What is the. My Lost Interest says, are we watching Aaron talking to SP after the show? That's a good one. Dr. Doom says, imagine he blew his brains out live on stream. What the fuck happened to him, though? Like, do you guys know anything, like, about this? Just, again, I feel bad because this is the kind of rant you should do if, like, you just got out of the nervous hospital and you're trying to stream again. But as far as I know, this guy's just having a tough time because he has to talk about law stuff for a while. Holy shit. Jack says, Aaron, I was going to send you some money, but Rumble has changed shit and wants all of my hardcore personal info. Can't do it. Sorry. Streamlabs, PayPal, Rumble Rants. You know the fucking deal. Do they really want all your info? Throw us a PayPal, throw us a Venmo, Jax. You know you want to. Thank you to Anonymous. Hold on. I got to open the actual app. I can't read the whole thing. There we go. OG Anonymous Fake Dono. Maybe try drinking a Bloody Mary through a veggie straw. Bonus, you get to eat the straw and keep the sea turtles safe. All right, you know what? $100, we go Bloody Mary tonight. There you go. You bring it up, I always give you a number. Thank you. And thank you guys. Keep the little vibe you got going right now. We still don't know if PayPal works tonight. Everything else seems like it's working. Let's go ahead and throw PayPal a test. I don't nobody in the chat can tell me what the fuck is going on with this guy. Yeah, Taste Fairy Ialto says, yeah, I don't feel like going to work in a factory some days either. Yeah, exactly. If I ever come on here and I tell you guys, you have my permission to endlessly rip the shit out of me if I ever go, hey guys, I'm really having a hard time and I don't want to do the show today. If you're having a hard time, you don't want to do the show today, then don't do your show. Sitting there and crying about it is not one thing or the other. Landers says, Aaron, try to be understanding, you ass clown. That's why I said if somebody died or he has cancer, I take it all back. Now, some people are saying that he lives in Thailand. Oh, well, I can't comment on any of that. I don't know. I know people think, well, here's the thing. If you move to Thailand, people automatically start thinking things. $1 from Redbird says pictures are going around of Ilhan's attacker doing photo ops with her. Yeah, I never know what's real or not, though. That's the thing. Mikey Two Milk says he put his tampon in string first, and now it's stuck and he's panicking. Maybe shoot him an email on how you got yours out. Be the bigger man and reach out. No, if I had to struggle, damn it, he does too. Done giving these guys freebies. Only them to go on stream and go, yeah, I had a tampon stuck up in my asshole, but don't worry, I called Imholt and he got me to pull it out string first. And then I have to explain to everybody, I didn't show him. I was on the phone. I told him how to pull the tampon out of his ass string first, but then these guys sell me down the river and say that I showed them how, and it's just like, I'll never do it again. I'll never, ever do it again. Sam Show says Meme Copium is going to get swarmed. He said everyone was full of shit. Dude, that looked like a stimulant-based rant. I've seen people make those kind of like over-emotional declarations before, and it's usual. And you put lawyer together, foreign country, guy was killing it, had more success than he ever had before. My lost interest says stop talking. What about the tampon thing? I can't help that I've been hurt before. Landers with $2 says, here is my $2, Aaron. $2 for you. That's one for each tit, you delightfully delicious homosexual. I told them how to pull the string out. I didn't show them. I told her how to use them, Harry. I didn't show her. Rabbi Smoothie says, everyone isn't full of shit. Yeah, but I'm an honest scoundrel. I'll tell you I'm full of shit. Jack says it's one thing for the credit card info, but they want my first name, last name, phone number, etc. Really? Since I guess I haven't donated to anyone on Rumble for a while. Oh my God, you're right. Well, everybody give Rumble all of your information just to give me money. That sounds like a fine idea. I got to put that back down. Thank you guys very much. Keep her going. Hit like, hit subscribe, and hit follow. Do we even finish the Ilhan Omar story now? I got off on a bit of a tangent. Oh yeah, that's right. The racist news guy who looks oddly Asian from this angle, like Mongolian almost.
Worth to $5 million in less than a year?
Well, no other winery on earth's done that, Carl. If anybody knows anything about this, knows
that's not true. Pablo Escobar Winery did that feat in 1982, I believe.
The wine industry is under enormous pressure. Wineries, there's people pulling up vineyards and closing wineries, including some very well-known ones.
And paying all their political strategists in grapes. It's a weird time we're living in.
People are drinking less wine. The economy is way...
It's because we're making our own fucking toilet beer and bathtub gin. That's all people can afford now. It's like, hey, you want to open a winery? I don't know. We could get a bottle of Kharkov and call it even.
On that in favor of cheaper alcohol options. So the wine industry has been in mad contraction for quite some time now.
Is this guy on coke too? God damn it! Is everyone on drugs? Is everything I watch full of people who are geeked to the gills? Take a breath, Chuck.
But more to the point, you have to have a federal license to have an alcohol facility. Where's her wine?
This guy, I tell you, this news guy is a fucking card. He should not be an anchor.
Winery on the TTB website. That's the federal regulatory body that does this. So no, this doesn't exist, and it's a phantasm that the idea you can have a winery increase in value. Everybody else in the wine business knows better.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody in the wine business is gonna tie them up and shove grapes up their ass. I don't know. Omar sells no wine before it's time, or any time, actually, says My Lost Interest. Sam Show loves Jewish dick, says this is absolute horseshit. The wine business is huge. I don't know. Well, here, there's an easy way to settle this. Is the vineyard business doing well? The vineyard and wine business is currently facing a significant prolonged downturn rather than performing well, characterized by declining consumption and a supply glut. Now's the time to buy some vino. While the premium wine sector remains relatively stable, many vineyards are struggling with low sales, with some in California leaving grapes unharvested and ripping out vines. So that guy was right. Hey, is the kind of wine I like super gay? I need to find out here. I'm not going to tell you what it is until I Google it. All right. Apparently I like a bitch wine. Wait, what about my other favorite wine? Hold on. Let's see this one. I'm going to okay, all right, man. How about my third favorite is how about this one? God damn it, motherfucker. All right, how about my fourth favorite wine? I know White Zin's gonna be gay. Every wine I like is fucking chick wine. So the first one I typed in was Riesling. I like a Riesling. The second one I typed in was a Moscato. I like a Moscato. And then I go, how about a Merlot? I like a Merlot. And then I typed in, how about White Zin? I'm like, this one ain't got a chance, dog. Oh, fuck. Sam Show loves Jewish dick, says Aaron, my 85-year-old mom drinks White Zinfandel. He says Riesling is fine. Well, Riesling's my favorite. That's a good Riesling with notes of pear in there. That's good. My Lost Interest is gonna be my new lawyer. He's gonna join my legal team. I got 3 lawyers now? He's gonna be my 4th one. Because all he has to say, I'm going to pay him to just say, stop talking. Mikey Two Milk says, drinks bitch wines, shaves armpits, takes Midol when he feels puffy. Oof, beta. I don't take Midol when I feel puffy. April made me do that one time. And we know what that bitch was. No, I'm just kidding. Wherever she is, I hope she joined a fucking nunnery. I think it would probably be good. Pole dancing classes on Tuesdays. All right, that's enough of are we done with the Ilhan Omar stuff? Trick question. Yes, we are done with the Ilhan Omar stuff, but we're not done with Somali stuff for tonight. Go ahead and throw a couple of memberships in stream. Oh, look. Hey, guys. PayPal is working. Somebody tested it. $10 from Anonymous Dono. Says, even though you are moving left, I'm a Canadian conservative, I appreciate the good humor and putting up with dissent. Oh, I don't. I've been dealing with dissent. I think if you respect the dissent of your audience, they'll never leave you, even if they disagree with you. They'll be like, well, at least the guy knows. And also, if you come at it with humility, like, hey, guys, I need you to know I'm full of shit. I'm talking out of my ass. That's what we come here to do. We come here to talk out of our anus holes. I think people respect that. Thank you very much, Anonymous Fake Dono, with the 10. I don't know if it was an Anonymous or Anonymous Fake, either one. It wasn't OG Anonymous Fake Dono. So we found out that all of them work. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. They're all good. Thank you very much. You guys are getting very close. Let's, like I said, one more rally. I'll go grab a bloody. We'll settle in. We'll watch some gay movies together. T. Duden says, Steel Toe Center Left Morning Show. I call for the deportation of every Somali guilty of fraud, citizen or not. They should be denaturalized and deported, and I'm a fucking commie. I say we should deport all illegals. I'm a commie. You guys understand, I'm to the right of Trump on immigration. I believe in mass deportations of everyone who's here illegally. Trump, who is a slave to big business, doesn't want to upset the apple cart in the construction and hospitality industry. How's that? Eat my boogers, is what I say. Taste Fairy Ialto says, this is still an alt-right show. Well, now, wait a minute. You know what? It's Wednesday, right? Same rules apply. $35 in 5 minutes. We light the lamp and it's WPH, you fuckers. All right, speaking of which, let's, did you guys hear about the bananas and rice lady? Oh, the poor, but if you haven't heard about the bananas and rice lady, I've got some bad news for you. You remember the lady we talked about on Monday where she said, well, here's what she said. I'll show you the video in a second, but this was a woman who was at a press conference here in Minnesota, and she was talking about being anti-ICE and what Somali culture was like. Here we go.
So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali.
Imagine
to
that.
me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American, but it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. You know, people don't really see, like, you know, it's you know, people don't think, oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American. It's like that combination of banana and rice, but you're gonna get what I mean.
I still can't watch that without getting embarrassed for her. Well, I have bad news, you guys. I can't remember her name. We'll get it in a second here. She's bananas and rice lady. She's been arrested. That is not AI. That is not a fake photo. Bananas and rice lady was apprehended. And as you can see, look at this. I don't see any bruise or any kind of mark on that forehead there. She had that Band-Aid on before, like she'd just been in a first blood match. Nasra Ahmed, the bananas and rice lady, has been arrested by the Department of Homeland Security at the direction of Pam Bondi for obstructing ICE operations. Here you go. They just held up a bowl of bananas and rice and said, you got to try this. And they were late for work that day. Ahmed lied about being brutalized by ICE. Notice how the Band-Aid is gone and there is no wound. Well, I mean, that's always, we can make fun of her for that, but that was like 5-6 days ago. Sometimes things clear up. I don't know. I slipped and fell 2 weeks ago and hit my leg on the bottom of my car door. I was in the grocery store parking lot and it was icy. This was probably 3 weeks ago this weekend. And I opened my car door, and as I opened my car door, my feet went out from under me and my shins went wham. As I fell back, I went back and my shins went wham right on the bottom of the door. I don't know if you can still see it, but I've got a pretty nasty cut still there. There's a really bad bruise there. Sorry for the sex appeal. I apologize. Everyone's all got boners now. I hate when I do that to people. That's been there for like 3 weeks. So I assume if she had any kind of thing that needed a bandage over it, it would still be there. But bananas and rice lady got apprehended for fucking around with ICE. Oh, mama, I can fix her. Mama, I can fix her. Big Cat. Hey, buddy. He says, hi, Steel Toe. Hello, Big Cat. Guys, Big Cat, I've never seen him around here. He's saying he's brave. He's saying hi. Be nice to the guy. Gift him a membership. Show him how we pull you up a stool and get you a glass here on the toe. Redbird with $1 says, we aren't worried about you having a different opinion. You have a very reliable history of looking like a jackass 2 to 5 years after you make your stance on something known. Now, wait a minute. Can't shit change in 2 to 5 years? I feel like if your take gets old after 5 years, that's okay. Mikey says, absolutely no sex appeal shown. You're safe. Honky says, oh no, Haley's going to do a 5-hour stream based on Aaron's lower limbs. Well, I mean, she's got to wring out her panties first. If Haley does a stream about my beautiful gams, no matter what, Haley's got that third grade flirtatious thing going on where Haley, unfortunately, the more she talks about the toe, you're like, oh, God, you got to take that poster off your wall, honey. You're making yourself crazy. So if she wants to talk about the toes legs, she can talk about the toes legs. But we all know what it means. We all know what it means. Bapa Shab says Somalis and ice equals bananas and or not equal to bananas and rice. Mikey Two Milk says to Big Cat, you see this tattoo, Big Cat? It means not welcome. Wally World says, did Aaron just show us his leg for free? I figure you guys were going to give me $100 anyway, so I just gave you a little leg. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible tease, and I apologize for that. All right, this is probably the wildest story of the night. Maybe as wild. It's definitely as wild as Ilhan Omar's winery and twice as retarded. So there was a woman who decided to go to a city council meeting to complain about the city's policing. Just totally fine. That's your God-given right as an American. You can complain about the police. You can, address your government for the grievances that you have. What you probably shouldn't do is go to the city council meeting that the sheriff is, or the police chief is at, when you're wanted for attempted murder. The fucking balls on this lady. This is Fox 2.
Are you kidding me? Is my reaction.
In Berkeley.
Because we were trying to get her to come talk to us, and she just refused.
Berkeley Police Major Steve Runge recognized the wanted woman when she spoke at the January 12th City Council meeting.
And then not only that, complained about the police. And I'm like, lady, you're wanted by the police.
The city's recording is
there
out
he
of
is right
focus,
there.
But you can still see Major Runge on the right texting other officers she's there, and two officers in the back get up to be ready.
My concern,
like, what are you out of your fucking skull, lady? Like, he looks at her. She's not even trying to disguise her appearance. He goes, that's a fucking bitch we've been looking for that tried to kill that. Yeah, she's here. Where? She hiding in the bathroom? No, she's at the fucking podium, I guess. Go get her.
was to take her into custody without an issue, without any drama.
Which they did.
Yeah, that is funny. You're up there, you're like, this police force is abusive and they're terrible and they're violating everyone's right. Hey, get your hands off me. Hey, see, I told you they were bad. Meanwhile, every Republican goes, totally fake. That's fake. It was staged.
Then the hallway outside. A St. Louis County probable cause statement says Jamesia Moore stabbed her boyfriend in October 2025 and then was captured on video, reportedly saying, quote, "You're lucky I did not stab you in the bleeping chest."
That's not good. They didn't have that. You just have circumstantial evidence. You're lucky I didn't stab you in the fucking chest. That's a domineering woman. And, you know, some guys need that to keep them on the straight and narrow. Shanking them, but that usually will cost you extra. You've gotten away with it. It's what? October, so November, December, January. You've been on the lam for 3 months. You're good. And you show up at the goddamn city council meeting with the balls to criticize the police when they're sitting right there and you're wanted for attempted murder. Bitch, you had it. This is what they mean. They're like, some people just subconsciously want to get caught. Like, some people want to get caught, and when they don't get caught, they just act out. They do something. It's like the guy who set the what do you call it? The press bar on fire here in St. Cloud. He showed up. They checked his car. Roncinol cans still in there that he used to start the fire with or accelerate the fire with. Some people just deep down want to get caught. Thank you, Wally World, for gifting 5 memberships. Was that really 5 memberships 3 times, or did Rumble do that thing that it always does? Either way, thank you, buddy.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
He says gifted subs for the Tahoe leg. Oh, thank you. 5 memberships right there. Oh, no, it's doing the thing where Rumble repeats. And Big Cat and Sling Blade both got one. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. And guys, we are not far away from a nice, easy win this evening. Thank you for your contribution. So if the rest of you want to throw in 5 membership, MLP Zero with $20. Wow, thank you.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
Unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, like 2 or 3 more of those, and we're home for the week here on the evening shows. And MLP Zero got himself a membership as well. Guys, there's fucking donations flying in and lights turning on in the chat and shit. Keep that. It's like a goddamn casino game. Keep it going. I appreciate it. We got a good little vibe going here. Speaking of good vibes, I think you can, I've been very hard on Trump lately. I've been saying, what's he won? What kind of win has there been? No Epstein files. He's been, bombing places we don't want him bombing, abducting leaders when we need him to do shit like, hey, the credit card interest rate thing would be awesome. Banning foreign corporations from buying single family homes. That would be great. Getting those Doge cuts done. He's not doing that. Deporting illegals. It would be nice if we did mass deportations, like all these different things that we feel like we're not getting. Better monetary policy, balancing the budget, cutting taxes, whatever it is. Name your big item that you voted for him on, and he's probably not doing it to the level he promised. This, however, is one thing that Trump does well, and it can't necessarily be done by an executive order. It can't be done by passing legislation or signing something into law. This is more of a cultural thing. And My Lost Interest says, oh, great, Aaron will now be showing us his leg every show. Wait, if I show the other leg, do you think we can get the other 60 done? And God damn it, I'm not supposed to say anything until 25 after I get fucking shit. Anyway, do you think we could get the rest of it done if I show the other leg and we'll fire up the bloody and watch some bullshit? There we go. How do you like this one, guys? This one's cleaner. Look at that. I still got a little cut right there. You see that? That's from the Tahoe too. That's my other Tahoe leg. Look at that. Look at those disgusting feet. You guys want to see something gross on my toe? You guys want to see the gross toe morning show? So this summer, I dropped a cornhole board on my big toe. Hurt like a motherfucker. Felt like I broke it. It was nasty. The nail turned black on the bottom of the nail. Rabbi Smoothie says that's from shaving. You fuck. The nail turned black on the bottom. And as the nail grew throughout the summer, the rest of the nail would turn black. And it was dead, and the rest of the nail grew underneath it. Well, over time, you pick at that, and the top nail peels off, and the bottom nail comes through. Well, last week, the rest of it finally came off. In one big pull, just that top nail came off. So I would really like to show you the result of that. It'll haunt your dreams. It's hideous. My kids are horrified by it. And I'm going to give you the option. I'm going to give you 11 minutes to decide if you want to see this or not. We'll just get home now early tonight if you don't want to see the nail. I say if we get halfway there, I'll know that you guys don't want to see the nail. And I'm going to give you a chance to not see this. But if you guys are kind of like, I want to see how fucking disgusting this guy's fucking toe is, I'm going to give you guys 11 minutes to decide amongst yourselves what. I don't want to gross you out too much because this is very nasty. But since we're showing legs and bottoms and everything else, I'm in a sharing mood tonight. My Lost Interest says, please stop talking. You know what? You're a shitty lawyer. You don't let me vibe, you know? You suck I might get a new attorney, man. Whenever I'm having a good time, you just try to cut me off, man. Trying to show my nasty ass fucking orange toes and my cut up legs and shit. And all you do is sit here and go, oh, stop talking. This is going to hurt you. It's not. We're fine. God, you're such a no fun gay lawyer, My Lost Interest. Ooh, this is going to be embarrassing for you. Not as embarrassing as barely hitting this morning. You Need Me More says, what does SP see in you again? I'm a really charming, nice, funny, swell guy when I'm not doing this show. This version of me that does this is complete human fucking garbage. I can't even explain to you what a piece of shit this individual is and what a decent human being I am when I'm not here. $5 from Rabbi Smoothie says, pretty sure there are a lot of things about you horrifying to them. Well, On a Wall gifting a membership. Thank you very much. I'm going to assume this means you guys probably don't want to see. Wally World gifting a membership. Yeah, I don't think they want to see the toe, unfortunately. Wait, that's 5, 6, 7 memberships. 6, 7. So we are 81 memberships away from 600. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. You're a very kind bunch of mammals and whatnot. Okay, let's get into this story I was going to get to before I don't know why I started thinking about my toe, but I think I want to show it because it's so goddamn gross. Since I'm showing gross things, hold on, give me a second. I want to see. Yeah, because imagine, look at your toe. Everybody, let's all look at our big toes. So it's my big toe. The bottom half of the nail is solid. It's good. It's grown in. I would say that, the bottom third is good. The second third is that really soft toenail that's not fully matured and developed yet. That's Melton's favorite part of my toe. The top third of my toe, and it doesn't hurt, but there's no nail there. So it's kind of that puffy, chubby, just nail skin area. There you go. I just thought that maybe I would fill you guys in on how it looked. All right, anyway, you know what's funny is Big Cat had never been here before. MLP Zero had never been here before, and they're like, wow, this is a great show. And then because I must secretly feel the need to self-sabotage, I'm like, the funny Omar and Bananas and Rice and Legal Mindset shit we did, and this is the best evening show of the week. You know what I have to do? Sabotage it by describing my disgusting puke toe. Something wrong with me. Mikey Two Milks requesting $100 on PayPal says, for that fucking leg. I'm sorry. Oh, God, I almost hit pay. I almost hit pay. I'm going to have to go ahead and decline that one, Mikey. Decline this request. Yes, send him an email. Let him know that I will not be paying Mikey $100 for the leg. Oh, I wish I didn't like you guys so much. My Lost Interest says, just be careful when you lift your leg to show the toe that we can't see under your skirt. Yeah, I don't think you'll see my balls in these shorts. I think these are good hiding your balls shorts. I got some good not hiding your balls shorts. I got some old man shorts. That'll give you a good ball look. I don't usually wear those unless it's my birthday and my lady and I are home alone. And I put on the basketball shorts with a little hole in the nutsack region. And, everybody loses their goddamn mind. And, we dance to Harry Belafonte. It gets real 70s up in this motherfucker. All right. Can we get back? Can we do a goddamn show? Wally World said, he gifted a membership and said, show the toe. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, steel toe, the second nail rated R for retard. Thank you very much. Well, we'll see. You Need Me More says, do your balls smell like vagina? Let's not be gross. Let's not be disgusting. Let's not be sex guys. We're not sex guys here, all right? I got in them shoes, tried them, wore them, wasn't a perfect fit, so I couldn't sport them. Something about our longtime regulars who watch this show going, you and your wife are being fucking disgusting, and I'm ready to leave this program. Well, we took care of that problem, didn't we? Big Cat. I like Big Cat. He's brand new. Big Cat says, why are your legs so pale? Now, my legs are pale. That is true. That is accurate. I got that big scab right there. But my legs are pale because I live in Minnesota. I get very tan in the summertime. I get nice and dark. I look a little, swarthy Mediterranean. Haley likes it. She sends me flowers. I look nice and dark. My family almost doesn't want to talk to me. I get so dark. But in the wintertime here in Minnesota, I get very pale. I get very pasty. It shows off how much of my hair I'm losing. It's not good. It's not good, my friends. Thank you anyway. Where were we? The Trump victory. I'm sorry. Thank you, Wally World, Main Vein, or MLP Zero, On a Wall, all of you guys. Thank you for your controversies. Oh, Jesus. Oh, SP just wrote, I think I'll leave soon. Do you want me to grab anything? I'm kind of hungry. You know, old me would have said, play my dick. But I'm not that man anymore. So I'm going to say something romantic. Why do you need to grab... Oh, Ro. I gotta have fat hands. Why do you need to grab me anything else? You already... Hold on. You already hold my heart. Wait. I gotta put the eyeballs... The fucking eyeballs thing, the hearts for eyeballs, and then the hearts around the face emoji. She's gonna know that I'm doing a show right now, and she's gonna be like, God, you're so fucking gay. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that response. Taste Fairy Iolto says, quick trip button cookies. Fuck, those would be nice right now. But I already ate shit. All right, fine. I have to admit something to you guys. I haven't even admitted this to SP yet because I'm so fucking embarrassed. I had a great basketball day at the gym. I had a pretty decent day lifting my girly amount of weights. After the gym... After the gym, I went to Taco John's. I got a meat and potato burrito. It was good. I got a potato Olays and a Dr. Pepper. I dipped the potato Olays in sour cream. I still came home and later had the waffles. But that's all I've eaten today. So, like, that's a thing, right? T. Duden says you're 255 pounds. Admit it. Well, I was DMing with... Oh, here's some goss you guys can have. I was DMing with Louis J. Gomez today, the Puerto Rican rattlesnake himself. Love Louis J. Gomez. Love Dave Smith, Big J. Okerson, all those guys. And I asked him, I go, just so I know, so I can plan and get in better shape and everything, are you considering Harrington Imholt? Are you considering putting that fight on? And he said, possibly. So I got to stop going to Taco John's after the gym. Loaded Wrench with $2 says you should sue your legs for non-support. That's not a bad one. That's pretty good. All right, it's 8 o'clock and a couple of memberships have come in. I think I'll spare you the toe. My Lost Interest says find another lawyer. What do you mean find another lawyer? You're letting me vibe. I'm vibing. You were finally doing a good job. Numero Uno says Kevin Brennan is watching Kevin Brennan's watching? Oh my God. I got thank you, Daddy Brennan. Daddy Brennan, that's so good. Oh my God, we got nothing but happy cows here in Minnesota, Daddy Brennan. That's so great. Is the Zoomucker going to be there? I was related to John Adams. Did you know in the First Amendment, there's First Amendment is free speech, and Trump gives us our free speech. And if you don't support ICE, then Trump isn't your daddy. And I know Trump, and Trump's good, and I know presidents because I've been in freedom, and freedom is where the happy cows are, and that's where Minnesota is okay. Hi, Kev. Good to see you. Love you, miss you, bro. Can't wait to be on MLC again. All right, let's focus. We've got a very famous man watching our show tonight. Enough fucking around. Oh, hold on. My lady texted me back. Let's see if she called me a faggot. She wrote, what a neerd. Look, she wrote, what a neerd. But in fairness, even that, what a neerd, that is a reference to the 1994 George Strait movie, Pure Country, that we both enjoy. So you can't make that reference and call me a nerd. That's a nerdy reference. Numero uno says KB tapped out, but Scarlett was loving the toe. Oh, God, no, God damn it. Don't fucking tell me that she was enjoying this program. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm becoming a liberal. That's all there is to it. I'm not. There's something that's like a David Duke endorsement. You just don't want it. Main Vein with $1 says, good evening, Aaron. You and SP are my favorite lesbian couple. Look for me on the View very soon. MSO says Scarlett is on there making fun of you. Okay, that's like if I let my 8-year-old beat me in basketball. That's not going to hurt my ego. It's totally fine. And I know that 8-year-old needs that victory on the basketball court. Okay? KB tapped out, but Scarlett was loving the toe. Well, thank you, numero uno, for the update. Let's go back. Okay, I'm finally going to get to this Trump victory thing. So Trump has not kept like any of his promises. As a Trump voter, I am very dissatisfied with the job he's done. But some of the victories that Trump wins, and I think it's important as I get mad about the Epstein files, get mad about him bombing Iran, get mad about Maduro, mad about him not keeping his promises on immigration, all of that stuff. All this stuff in Minnesota, by the way, is purely performative. So as I get mad about that stuff, I think it's, once in a while you got to point out when he's doing well. And one thing he does well at is like, it's not even a direct thing from him, but he changes the culture. He puts people who previously were very brazen, he puts them on the back foot. He makes them unsure of themselves. I don't know how he does it, but it's kind of a autistic gift that he has. And one thing that's happening is these child transition clinics, like a handful of them so far in the last year, have shut down across the country, saying that they're shutting down amid pressure from the Trump administration because they're trying to find funding for this and cut it off. They're trying to find ways to get laws passed where this stuff isn't allowed for children under a certain age. I fully endorse it. I mean, to say that children should be on hormones or that they should even, in some cases, have surgery done, especially like pre-puberty because they think they might be a girl. Oh my God. Like, I can't think of anything more Sodom and Gomorrah, more 1930s, 1920s Berlin. I can't think of anything more disgusting than that. And so the fact that he's having an impact on that and these clinics are feeling the pinch, it may not have been legislation that he signed. It may not have been an executive order that he did, but it is something that he's directly had an impact on that's changing for the better. We've also got that Supreme Court case coming up. They're going to rule on that pretty soon about trans women in women's sports. That could be another cultural victory for Trump because that's the Supreme Court that, for the most part, he installed. I mean, that's Trump's Supreme Court. So here's a story out of, I believe, Washington.
Receive gender-affirming care will no longer be able to get it at Mary Bridge Children's Hospital in Tacoma. Hospital shutting down its gender clinic this week. Fox 13's Sean Chitness live from the hospital now with the details. Good morning, Sean.
Now, it'd be really interesting to see how the news plays this because are they going to play? If they play it straight, that's fine. But if they play it as like this is somehow a bad thing, and if they try to list us a number of like the amount of kids who are not going to be able to get care, it's like, yeah, I'm going to fucking puke. And like, how do you guys cash your paychecks and feel good about yourselves? Because I think the silent majority of Americans, overwhelmingly, I'm talking like 9 out of 10 people, think this is fucking heinous and evil. And that means there's a good chance one, if not both of these guys think this is really disgusting.
John, good morning. And so the entire multi-care health system is reacting to threats from the White House that would stop federal funding for all Medicare and Medicaid patients if a hospital were to offer gender-affirming care to minors. President Trump signed an executive order to ban gender-affirming care in people under 19 exactly a year ago today. But Washington State's Attorney General is suing the White House over it. That type of treatment is still legal right now in Washington while the lawsuit plays out in the courts. The gender clinic at Mary Bridge Children's Hospital served hundreds of patients, many who were under the age of 18. The clinic cut its wait list last September with more families hoping to get care here.
Oh my God, they transitioned off the air. Is that it? That's red circle of death. Sorry guys, I just killed us all. We have 7 days. Oh my God.
Fuck!
My whole life is falling apart. What the So it was an executive order, but the executive order hasn't even taken effect yet because it's being appealed. And while it's being appealed, judges have ruled that people can still continue on as they were. So before this thing is even enacted, places are already shutting down basically out of fear that, you know, once this thing clears the courts, they're going to lose a lot of Medicaid money, which is good. Cheeseburger Pie says that news anchor looks like a human-sized toe. You need him on your team, Aaron. Well, you know, I think our audience wouldn't accept him. He's a little, I hold up a color swatch to everyone, and, you know, while I don't have a problem, you know, you got to know your audience. Oh, no. No, you're wrong. This is not true. Rexstart parody account said, Scarlett said you're like a stepbro to her. That's not, you're making a porn joke. No. I want her to think of me as her mortal enemy. Or dead. I'd like her to think of me as dead. That would be fine. Pretend I don't even exist. She wants to see your toe. What are you doing? What are you doing, step toe? Pass. 1 million times pass. I've had enough drug-addled blondes for one lifetime. No, thank you. Lander says, hey, Aaron, turns out you are really as gay as Tim Pool. Oh, I got to hear this. He too doesn't think Omar would fake her water attack. Well, it wasn't water. It was apple cider vinegar. But, oh shit, I agree with Tim Pool. Fuck. Now I can play this one of two ways. I can say, oh, well, you know, blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again. Broken clock right toilet. Or I can say, fuck, Tim Pool agrees with me. I feel like if Tim Pool agrees with me and then I change my opinion, then I'm the bitch in that situation. Remember, guys, Tim Pool is not a bootlicker. It's his boot. Cleaner says, pretty weird that Aaron supports this because he's a girl. Oh, I see. I forgot about that. MSO, I don't believe you. She said she wants your baby. No. What are the odds that one ends up retarded or one-legged? Stop it. I hear Johnny's interested. Move along down the line. Zumok's hard up. I think he's on the rebound. Go for it. Oh. Mikey Two Milk says, we know you're not interested. She's got a vagina. Duh. T. Duden says, Scarlett said, I like soft toe Coffee Joe. And then people throw dollars at him like a stripper. I kind of like that. You know what? That's accurate. Lander says, no, Aaron, Tim is always wrong. Shit. All right, let's get on to the next thing. Speaking of gay guys, clavicular. We've been following all of the guys from this Kanye, Heil Hitler, Miami club saga. So Sneeko brings all of these gay guys like the Tates and Fuentes and, him, Sneeko, Clavicular, all these guys. Remember, Clavicular, this is the guy who smashes his fucking head with a hammer and does meth, and now his cock doesn't work, and he's hooked on methamphetamine. They went to this club. They played that song. The club is owned by a Jewish guy, and the mayor of Miami Beach is a Jewish guy. And, the mayor is so Jewish that when people write on Facebook about the Palestinian genocide, he sends cops to their apartment to ask them what they meant by it. He's hardcore. This club owner has banned all of these guys from every hospitality business in Miami and gotten all the other hospitality owners to do the same thing. I'm guessing they're probably in the same, religious neighborhood, if you will. So Clavicular was told by this guy that he had to go kiss the wall in Israel if he wanted to be let back in the clubs, which I bet you this fucking shallow creep would do it. Well, it turns out the club owner settled for Clavicular just meeting him in person and kissing his ring. All of these guys should not only be embarrassed by the fact they pulled this sophomoric stunt, but they should also be ashamed of how fucking nutless they've been in its wake.
I had an interview with David Grutman
interview. I love that. I love that meth head's trying to save face. Meth head's like, oh yeah, I had an interview with him. No. You went to him to ask if you could go back into his club. Pretty please, Mr. Jewish man, can I come back into your club? I swear I'll be good this time. In fact, just to punish myself, I'm going to hit my cheekbones 20 times with a ball-peen hammer and snort some blue meth.
So we kicked it. David Grutman,
We kicked it? You fucking older than me, you tool? By the way, do you know where all of his looks-maxing shit came from? I'm ashamed. I watched a thing on YouTube. This guy, you talk about deep-seated issues. If this guy would just say he's gay, he would save himself a lot of trouble. He was like 18 or 19, and he was in a bathroom. He was at a urinal, and there was a black guy next to him at the urinal. And he said that he literally wrote this online. He was embarrassed by how weak his piss stream was. And then he was looking at the black guy in the bathroom pissing and said it was the most impressive stream of piss he's ever seen. And he felt like he'd been mogged in the bathroom. So then he starts smashing his face with the hammer, taking the steroids and doing meth. Yeah, gay. That's why I say gay. And now he's begging a Jewish club owner to let him in so he can listen to all the EDM house music. You fucking ponce.
David Grutman, who is the case.
He's listening to Lady Gaga, for cunt's sake, which I would never do publicly. You and I is a decent song. It doesn't matter what I think.
In Miami, and we talked. He's a really cool guy. Really cool.
He's very cool. In fact, he let me know that it's actually the Palestinians who have started everything.
I just said, look, I'm not trying to do politics anymore.
Oh, you pussy. You
I would
bitch.
never wanted to be associated with politics. And he's like,
I just saw a bunch of guys with a lot of clout, and I wanted to see if I could latch onto them. See if I could get them to do some meth with. I need some meth buddies, to be honest with you. A lot of low-rent people do meth, and I can't be seen with them. I thought maybe I'd get Tristan Tate hooked on speed.
At it. He's like, you seem like a young guy who's got a bright future.
His dick doesn't work, and he's like 22. He's got a bright future. In gay porn.
You don't really seem like, you're someone who's hateful or whatever. And I was like, yeah, bro, of course.
I mean, retards usually aren't hateful. I want to apologize to retards.
Of course, like, I'm here to mog. I'm here to look.
Oh God, like even my kids cringe at the word mog. They're like, oh, Dad, that's such a cringe word. And mog means stand there like a dipshit thinking you look better than someone. I hope every time this guy tries to mog somebody, they just give him a forearm right to his fucking meth-weakened teeth enamel.
I'm not political whatsoever.
So I'm sorry, Jewish man.
And then we were talking about looks maxing.
Ew.
We were talking about looks maxing. We went over, good protocols to follow.
Hey, you know who else did meth? The Nazis. Clav, that's not going to go over very well in your guys' conversation. Speaking of looks maxing and speaking of altering genetics and stuff, have you ever heard of the work of this guy, Dr. Mengele? Clav, you're right. Politics is not your thing. Just don't bring it up, buddy. So he bent the knee. Clav bent the knee to Jewish daddy so he could go to his club. Oh, what a fag. Reformed rapscallion. Okay, I can't ignore this comment. Yeah, my lost interest says simping for a black dude's piss stream. Right? That's what caused him to start doing the looks maxing. Because he loved the stream of a black man's piss and thought his was really unimpressive. And that fucked him up so bad. Just a word to the wise. If you ever see clavicular in a bathroom, just use the stall. He's recruiting. Reformed Rapscallion says, I tried meth twice. Didn't do shit for me. I had previously done copious amounts of blow for a few years, so maybe that's what went wrong. Roots says, my homie does meth a few times a year. He's all right. Well, see, I guess. I think what Roots is trying to say is, hey, guys, everything in moderation. I thought meth was like super addictive and cheap. I thought that was the whole draw of it. Like, it's cheap and you get really hooked on it. Roots says Raps remembers Bruce. That fool can't be within 10 feet of a pile of meth. Yeah, see, Landers says dudes that do meth will suck a dick. It never fails. I mean, if your whole life philosophy is based on the fact that you're embarrassed by a black guy's piss stream, I think you've got a lot of psychological damage that needs to be worked through. Reformed Rapscallion says, I tried, but I'm not that flexible. Hey, you're not a failure, buddy. It's okay. Root says, and don't mainline that shit. Oof, I ain't touching that shit ever. I'll do some blow for show. Lander says, you got to do enough meth to lose the weight. Then you can easily suck your dong. Just try harder. See, you know what I find interesting about my lawyer, My Lost Interest? When I'm reading shit like this, he never says stop talking. This is fine for him. I'm starting to think that he might not have an actual law degree. Cleaner says Aaron practices looks maxing by wearing a push-up bra. All of these are rumors. All of these are rumors. And I got to be honest with you guys. I know we're messing around. I don't appreciate it. He got piss-mogged by a black guy, and now he takes Chinese peptides. Yeah, that's about the long and short of it for clavicular. And by the way, if you watch that, I saw clips on Twitter of that stream he did with like Fuentes and stuff. He cannot talk to girls. It's fucking terrible. He'll be around beautiful girls and he'll find the guys to talk to. It's just, ooh. Yeah, see, Mikey Two Milks gets it. He goes, hey, Aaron isn't into looks maxing, clearly. Hey, wait a minute. In the words of Norm Macdonald, you dirty dog. Oh, Landers says Aaron is hot enough. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, people are liking the phrase piss-mogged. I mean, that's what happened. Clav got piss-mogged. Oh, no. My Lost Interest is now advising Reformed Rapscallion. He's saying stop talking. Oh, I think I lost my lawyer tonight. Son of a bitch. Hey, one thing Trump has done, we talked about this, he has closed the border. And one aspect of closing the border that you can tell has already had an impact is that the population growth numbers came out for last year. And the United States had its slowest population growth since the pandemic. And the media is attributing it to the immigration crackdown and the fact that we're not letting shitloads of people across the border. Now, I don't know if this is unhealthy. I don't know if this is a bad take to have for a society. But I'm willing to have a drop in population growth if it means that how do I say this without sounding like a Nazi? Don't say white people. Don't say white people. Don't say white people. I'm willing to take slower population growth for a little bit. It's got to pick up at some point. But I'm willing to take slower population growth if it's just people who are here and citizens and Americans having children. See, now that didn't sound 14 wordsy, did it? That sounded right. That sounded fine. Perfect. And you know what? We can get that number down even more if we would shut down these H-1B visas, get rid of those. You know what would raise up the population? Shut down the H-1B visas, make it so when these countries bring industry back to the United States, they're forced to hire American citizens. That's part of the agreement. They hire those American citizens, they get good paying jobs, and they can afford to have families. Also, you get these people out of the country, less demand for housing. You also ban these international hedge funds from buying homes and bidding up the price, and all of a sudden everything becomes more affordable, and everybody feels comfortable having children. You crack down on these cocksucker health insurance companies, you get those premiums down, people have more money, they can have children. Mikey Two Milk says, don't say white people, use a code word like superior race. I don't think that's what, is that what it sounded like I meant? The Cleaner says it's only good if the white population grows. You see, now I don't know if you guys got the vibe of what I was doing, but I was trying to stay away from that aspect of it. Root says more homogenous. I think you guys are totally blowing my cover on this. No, don't, guys. Don't say things like Ubermensch. This has gone terribly wrong. Terribly wrong. Bappa Shop says, Aaron, they are still shipping Jeets into the country. That's why I said you end the H-1B visa program. That was one of the things that really pissed me off about Trump is when they told him, the H-1B visa, why do we need those? Aren't Americans smart enough to do all these jobs? And he said no. I was like, you fucking asshole. Literally the people who put you in office. And you go, actually, they're kind of retarded. Honky says, Imholt Fuentes 2028. I don't think he needs someone with a criminal record on his ticket. Are you kidding me? Hey, guys, you're doing great. Throw in a couple of bucks. We'll try to rally up. Oh, start thinking of songs. Start thinking of rally songs. And we'll get those in there. The last thing I want to do today, Tim Walz had a meeting with Tom Homan. I'm hoping it went well. I'm hoping we can start putting an end to this. All this motherfucker has to do is agree to cooperate with Homan, cooperate with ICE, show us where the criminal illegals are. We're not coming to take all of your illegals, even though I think we should. But we just want the criminal illegals. Help us with that. Help ICE with that. We'll be out of here. Because I want these guys out of the state of Minnesota. We're embarrassing ourselves. And I want to get back to two things. Epstein files, Somali fraud. Those are the things I want to start getting back to. We can't do this while this is taking up all the headlines.
First of all, the meeting with Tom Homan, how did that go? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Tom Homan's a professional, which is a lot more than Bovino and Christy Nome. But look, I
we got to shit on people.
We're very clear about this, that we need these folks out of Minnesota, and we need justice for Renee Good and for Alex, and those were things that we came with. I think the thing that I'm most concerned about is the tone was different. There was a tone shift. I wish it was because of the horrific, shooting that somebody saw.
Take it at face value.
The press, but with that being said, I'm not in.
There was a tonal shift. That was nice, but it's totally because of the press and not because they care. It's like these guys behind closed doors, they're like, all right, we've worked out a deal. We got some good options here. Let's do it. But then they get to the press and they're like, oh, I have to save face and I have to look like I won. God damn it.
Interested in a more efficient Metro surge. I'm ready for them to get out of here. And I think that's where Minnesotans are talking
all right.
about.
Well, we know how to do that.
It was progress. Look,
And it's not like you're ratting people out and getting rid of like law-abiding citizens. You're getting rid of people who A, have no right to be here, and B, have hurt people.
Never got a call from Bovino or Nome. Never. Nothing. No, nothing. When they're coming here, and Tom Homan landed last night, and he called me last night and asked if he could have a meeting, and he was there at 9:00. So, look, I think that's progress, but they started this fire, so we're not giving anybody credit for putting it out. But right now, what we need a return to normalcy by these ICE agents out of here.
All right. Well, again, it's these guys are talking past each other. All you have to do. Turn over the illegal criminals, and we're good. Yeah, I don't think this... I really thought at the beginning of the week they were going to get close to handling this thing. It ain't happening. Unnerving Brain got a membership from Wally World. Very, very cool. All right, let's throw some music up there. You guys want to ride the train? Let's do the train. Let's ride the train. We got about 6 minutes left. You guys have done very well tonight. So we've got $45 left. And then that makes it a perfect week for the Toe. A perfect week of evening shows for the Toe. $45 away. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's get going on those memberships or those 5s at a time or those 10s or those 20s, however you want to do it. You guys have got us down to a nice low number tonight. Let's call it a win. Fire up the music. Here we go. My Lost Interest says 2 hours ago, there was a leaked email that said ICE would be ramping up and taking over a military base outside of Minneapolis. Well, la-ti-da. It looks like we're going to be getting more and more of this shit. All right, guys. 45 away. Let's do it, or I'm showing you my funky toe. You guys have got it nice and close. I did say this morning that once we're within like 50, I feel pretty comfortable. Don't make me look like an asshole for saying that. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, all the links are in the chat. Go and get it. Rally it up. You know, a 20. Let's start off with a 20, and we got this thing. Vince Griswold. Haven't seen him in a while. $3 from Vince. Thank you very much. About 40 away. About 40. You know what? Couple of 5 membership drops were good. Wally World gifting a membership over on Rumble. Thank you very much. Even 40 away. Let's knock it out and call it a win for the toe. And these evening shows have been very, very nice this week. My Lost Interest gifting a membership. 35 away from calling it a win tonight. That's about 2 $20 drops on Rumble, if I do say so myself. Thank you, boys. Off to a good start. 35 away. That means we got 2 more gifted memberships. That puts us 79 away from 600. Okay. Oh, don't forget, Oz back again tomorrow. 35 is the number, and we got about 3 or 4 minutes left. Just a little bit more. Just tap it in. Tap it in. That's all we've got to do. All right, 1 + 3 is 4. 4 minutes to go. We were right there. Hey, that thing. Hey, that thing you were just doing. That's the thing to do. You see Wally World and My Lost Interest? Just follow them. Do exactly what they're doing. Bueno. Perfect. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, 35 away. Here on the toe with 3 minutes to go. You've got this. I've got this. We've got this. Like I said, it's just a little tip in. Just a little chip in, tap in, whatever. And it gets me to stop talking. Redman says, did you cover the FBI stuff in Fulton County? We're going to get to that tomorrow. We've got plenty of time tomorrow to get to all of that stuff. All right, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 35 away. All right. All of a sudden, this thing is taking a turn. 35, I think we can do it. I got a hard out at 8:30. Let's make it a win for the toe. We're going to do the Alex Pretty rib injury thing tomorrow as well. All right, guys. We're going to rewind this just a little bit. We got about 3 minutes to go. Let's do it. We have completely frozen up here, folks. 35 is the number. There's Walter with 20 over on Venmo. Thank you, Walter. Give him a karmic.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
There we go. 15 away. 15 means another win for the toe. And that means a $20 drop on Rumble makes it a win. $15 left. Go get it. 3 gifted memberships. 1 $20 drop. However you want to do it. 2 minutes and change to go to get that final win of the week for the toe. This audience not known for wasting or keeping any time out there. We're very, very close to that final win of the week for the evenings. 15 is it. Oh, wait a minute. $1 from Timothy. We don't need to do the truffle shuffle, Timothy. Get out of here. You're becoming a fanboy, aren't you? I knew it. I knew you had it in you. Come on, boys and girls. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. A minute and a half to go, and just a measly 15 away. We can get that last little chunk taken care of. Don't let Walter, My Lost Interest, and Wally World do all the work. There's 15 from Nader P. $3 away from a win for the toe. Thank you, Nader P. All right. Now, 3's a win. 3's a win. That's a win for the toe. There it is. Thank you guys very, very much for a W just as time was about to expire. Historically White says, do the truffle shuffle anyway. No, I'm not even the one who did the truffle shuffle on the show. Wasn't that Zach? By the way, speaking of Zach, they're kind of giving him shit now. Zach Halverson at K-Fan, because he's been tweeting a lot of liberal shit over the years. You know, because Paul Allen is getting a lot of shit for saying that the protesters are paid, which a lot of them are. I mean, think of how many are coming from out of state. I mean, they got to make money. But he got shit on for that, and K-Fan suspended him. And we're not sure yet if he's going to be fired or not. He also works for the Vikings as their play-by-play guy. People are saying before you go, you have to show us the toe. I mean, really? We just knocked out a W, like in the last minute. Do we really need the toe? I mean, it's not that. I don't know if I can get it that close. There you go. Can you see that little devil? It's kind of tough. Can I turn my... Here, I'll break my goddamn foot in half for you. There you go. See where that nail is coming in? Right? Like this, there's that weak nail right there. And then from there up, there's no nail. That's what happens when you drop a heavy object on your foot. It's fucking brutal. Oh, yeah, he's also the play-by-play guy or the voice of the horse races at Canterbury Downs. That's true, too. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. You have a great night. We've got tomorrow morning, and then we've got Rumble Friday, and then we're done for the week. So come in tomorrow morning, say hi to Oz and I. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you for your incredible generosity.